Okay, what's good, everyone? I'm
And it's live.
Raitosix. Oh, sorry. Oh, OP is in here. I'm Raitosix, and we're live. Yeah, we're live. We're live. What's good, Emerald Ace, Vincenzo? You guys are always in here bright and early, man.
They were here before it even started.
Yeah, man. They're on it. Love it. Well, yeah, what's good, everyone? We're here live after a really good chapter. A really good chapter. Um, and some good progression to the story, some crazy progression to the story. And as you guys can see right now, I'm here with Ragi, with Dedu, OP just jumped in. Um, but yeah, man, we're gonna get into this chapter 308. Oh, what's good, Lux? What's good, guys? Good to see you guys in here. Um, and yeah, we're gonna get into all that. Like Lux says, hearing the Kira
Oh yeah.
have been crazy. Yeah, it's been crazy. It's been crazy good. Like I think it's a positive thing. Like having being able to have these speculations. I think is a positive thing.
I mean, we've had these speculations for a while now.
Oh yeah, but I don't think no one really expected it to be in this actual like in this particular manner. Oh, what's Suki saying here? It says in Nishioka we trust got work in a bit so can't join. No worries, Suki. No worries. But yeah, Nishioka we trust, although I don't think he's gonna make it. Um,
Probably not.
it says here, ooh, Dedu has a new profile picture every week.
Yep.
Yeah, this one's cool though. I like this.
Yeah, it's a picture of Lelouch after his sister gets nuked, supposedly.
Squawks. Oh, what's good, Squawks? I'm not sure if I've ever seen Squawks before. Well, Squawks says the way Sai sits in the couch is so tough.
Very size just aura farming.
He just aura farms every
Yeah.
single panel, doesn't he?
I feel like Sai is like the aura farmer because he has 0 feats and everyone still thinks he's the best.
What do you mean 0 fees? Come on, don't do him like that.
Bro, all he's done is lose to a bunch of like 16-year-old forwards.
He lost on purpose, though. Let's be honest. He said, "Oh,
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. He's aura farming so hard. He has no feats, and everyone still thinks he's the GOAT.
Yeah, literally, if you look at it like quality-wise, based on Rayo's copy being a 99% copy in terms of like effectiveness, his plays with a Psy copy is 99% of the holding back Psy, with all of the extra copies on top of that, and his extra physical build minus the intelligence aspect.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of quality, like U20 holding back Psy was about Manshine City Rayo level, which is crazy.
Manshine City, right? But yeah, that's true.
Yeah, well, I mean, relatively, Kaiser was in that match, and he also was not trying that hard in that match. So
Yeah,
I can kind of see that Sai would be at that level when he's not
for
trying
sure.
that hard as well.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So yeah,
True. I think
Obviously, Sai is really good. I just love that all he's done is play against BLUELOCK 11. Like, that's literally all he's done.
but that's literally all anyone from La Real has done. Like Luna and Sai, like all the guys from La Real, all they've literally done is play against Blue Lock. They've not done anything else. At least like the Barcha guys have done. We see them against
An
Coco
actual
G.
team.
Yeah, yeah. And we saw Kaiser, do some scout. What is it? Some what do you call it? Tryouts.
Mm.
Well, all we've
something
seen
like
from
that.
Sai is all we've seen from anyone from La Real is literally just Blue Lock. Let's play
Yeah,
against Blue Lock.
basically all we've seen from Cyan Lunar is just like barely trying against Blue Lockers.
Yeah, just bully 17-year-olds. That's
Just
all.
bullying teenagers.
Look,
Well, that's
if
what
in
the
doubt,
average YouTube commenter does.
Yeah.
if in doubt, Isagi outlocks. Ari says Sai is worth every penny. Ooh, actually, I've got ideas about size, so we're gonna get into it in a bit. I've got ideas about size though.
Oh, when you ask like what do you think size value is, the answers vary so much.
Yeah.
Like they range from like 200 and like 80 or whatever, like around Lorenzo, to like 500.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna get into it though. I'm just gonna see if there's any comments. Uh, nah, it wouldn't. I would hate that so much, Emerald. I would hate that so much.
Honestly, I'd prefer it to Kira coming back.
Nah, you can't say that.
What?
You can't say that.
That is
I don't
mad.
even hate Kira. I just think it would be really lame if he came back. At least Igaguri would be funny.
Oh, what's Lux's theory? Lux says he's got a theory. Let's see what this is. What if we see
See,
Buratsuta double down
damn, will
on
be
his
so
off,
better.
and he accepts after hearing Itoshi's side, and we see the outcome of it in the last chapter of episode of Nagi with Kira Ooh, okay. So like last chapter of episode of Nagi, we get to see Baratsuta's free. What they call Baratsuta free?
Yeah, the Barats to 3.
Yeah, the Baratsuta free. Oh,
I
that'd be
mean,
sick. So
I
now we
just
got the
want,
new Gen
yeah.
11. We've got the Blue Lock 11, and we got Baratsuta's free.
I refuse to call it that. I'm not calling it that, bro.
Who you guys think wins? So I asked this
Oh,
in the group,
man.
right? Who do you guys think wins? Baratsuta's free
Blades.
or Blue Lock top three? Bear in mind, Baratsuta's free has got an actual new gen in it.
Yeah, but it's got Nagi in it, bro. It's got Bomb
But
F Nagi.
Nagi's actually a good player. He
Yeah,
just
he's
really
good, but
did
he's
bad.
not Isagi Rinoshita.
He could be if he wasn't so lazy.
Yeah, well, coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we don't know what kind of because bear in mind, right? Baratsuta is the one that funds Blue Lock, so he could have funded his own little training regime, like to to do a madness in terms of like facilities stuff like that. But yeah, he ain't got the chops for that. He ain't got the smarts.
I mean, realistically, Kira would only be trained, like if Kira joined or whatever, would only be under Baratsuta's training since like NEL, because that's when the Baratsuta 3 became a thing.
Yeah,
Or at least
that's
that's
true.
when
That's true. They yeah.
Ego and him talk about the
I think
deal
I think
they
it's I
made.
think it's I think it was no. I think it's post third selection. Because it's when Ego got approval for the NEL project. That's when Buratsuta
Yeah.
started.
So it's like right before the NEL.
Yeah, right. NEL.
You're talking about the deal they made?
Yeah, when the
Yeah,
first time that they bring up a deal or whatever, which assumedly is
No, it
this.
was no, it was shown not before the Uber's game started. That was when he was talking
Yeah.
about.
I think it's like sometime in the NEL.
yeah. It was definitely before the NEL because in the anime they've reordered it, but in the anime you see how they had that whole thing at the end where Ego's talking to all the execs and then they all approving and stuff like that. It's basically that. So Ego, after they beat the U20, he had to go to Baratsuta to get more funding because obviously now that Blue Lock represented Japan, he wanted to win that World Cup, but he felt that he needed something extra. So NEL wasn't in the original plan of Blue Lock.
Yeah, well, to be fair, quite a lot of Blue Lock wasn't the original
Yeah,
plan of Blue Lock.
yeah. Like U20 match wasn't the original plan. NEL wasn't the original plan. It
Third
was
selection probably wasn't in the original
no. I
plan.
think third selection probably got changed because
Yeah. Well, third selection became
yeah,
the team maker selection, kind of.
yeah, basically. Yeah. So, Suki says chapter 210. Okay. Right. Well, let me see. Let me see everyone's response to Barachita 3.
I fucking hate it. I don't want it. Just change the name. I don't want to see Buratsuta, bro. What is this? Power Rangers?
Also known as Red Key. Red Key 3.
To be fair, it's not Red Key 3 with Sai. Sai's just chilling.
Shido beat all Barachita 3. Shido wouldn't.
I mean, what if he just red card? What if he just like injured Sai and got a red card, and then it's Nagi and
How are we
Kira
talking about
versus
injured?
I
Like,
Isagi
mean,
and
what
Ranze?
would
injured?
be would be a man
Actually, no.
if he does that. If
My
he
boy
if
Nathan.
he does that, we would be a man down. What's up, Nikim?
What's up, guys?
Yo.
Yeah, I mean, if he did that, we'd be a man down. So I'm not sure about that. But yeah, I think right. Let me do a quick rundown of the chapter for anyone who's not caught up, which
Okay.
probably no one. But I'll just do a quick rundown of the chapter, and then we can get into discussing things in depth. Where is it at? 1 second, please. Okay. Um, right. So chapter 308, Pride Chicken, right? Or Pride Chicken, which we all thought it was gonna be about.
Crazy because it's Pride Month. Incredible.
Nah. We thought it was
Incredible
gonna be
writing,
about
peak
it was
writing.
gonna be about livers, Liverpool.
Yeah, I was wrong. I said that
Yeah.
Yeah,
shit. That was
you're a bum.
completely wrong. That shit was fucking. That shit was no bad.
No, but I think it would have made more sense if it was about
Was it
them.
about Sai? I don't really know.
No, it's
It's
Nagi.
no, it's not gay.
Yeah, it's Nagi.
I thought it was about, well, at least the Pride part, because he basically says, "Fuck
No,
the
it's Baratsuta
misogyny,
calls
that's
Nagi
cringe."
that because he decides not to. We'll
Yeah.
get into it anyways. Let's go. Pride Chicken. So it starts off with Baratsuta. Obviously, he comes to follow Nagi, and then starts talking to Nagi. Nagi don't know who the guy is. But he gives him a proposition, basically saying, "Listen, I made a bet with Ego, where basically he gets 23. He gets to pick the minimum 23, but I get to add 3 if I want to, right?" And obviously he wants to recruit Nagi into his 3 because Ego doesn't want to keep Nagi in his project, right? So he's giving this proposition to Nagi, and his plan is basically for his 3 to go inside undercover into Blue Lock and fuck shit up in there. Um, so basically, he wants to destroy Ego from the inside. He wants to destroy Ego's ideology from the inside with his 3. Um, and he basically says if Nagi agrees to do this, he can get him in through the back door, but it comes with conditions, and it comes with some mad conditions as well. So if Nagi agrees to this, he'll basically have to hand over his whole career up until like his death. Yeah, Buratsuta will literally, control his whole career, any contracts he gets, all that stuff. Because Buratsuta is just in it for the money. Um, Nagi being, hey, but he's a sleazebag, bro. He's a sleazebag. What would you expect? But one thing I do have to say, Buratsuta, mad aura.
The octopus.
The octopus aura.
The
Listen,
octopus aura. Find me.
his aura manifestation. Yeah, it's mad. It's mad. I can see him being a baller. I can see him.
Is that like the first actual non-football player aura?
Yeah, probably. I don't think we even seen
I don't
Ego manifest
think
his
Ego
aura
and
yet.
Henri have shown like a specific aura.
Yeah, but yeah, nah, Buratsuta he was probably a baller back in the day. He was probably octopus. He had his legs in there. But yeah, so he gave that he gave that proposition to Nagi, and Nagi disagrees because he says ego is basically the reason why everyone's so fired up. Everyone's able to reach the level they at. So he's not for that. He's not for that taking down ego Jinpachi. And can I say as well, man, it's some mad visuals with this gun shooting at ego, bro. Bare bullets. Um, but yeah, Nagi disagrees. He refuses. And Baratsuta kicks 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 some water onto it. Uh, yeah, Nagi's nonchalant as always. Like he don't care. And then there's a phone call. Who could it be? It's Sai Itoshi sitting down in his nice little apartment. His nice little Spanish apartment. Um, and he says the groups for the U20 World Cup have been announced. And basically, Japan is in a group alongside Nigeria, England, and France.
Damn, it's so sad to see
Woo!
Nigeria getting done that day.
Nigeria is a good team, though. It's one of the best
Nigeria,
teams in
Nigeria.
is
Ni-
Nigeria is one of the best teams in
oh, you're
Africa.
Jamaican too? That's
Yeah,
crazy.
but they're against Japan and France. They're
I
against
think
the
they might be better than
MCs and
Japan.
France.
No, but apparently Nigeria. Someone on Twitter pointed out that Nigeria has constantly won they've gotten through
Yeah,
the every group stage
they
during
always
the
get through the group
U20. They
stage.
Yeah,
always get through the
but
group stage.
who's gonna make it through, Nigeria or France?
We don't know what the Blue Lock Nigeria is capable of.
Maybe
Find out.
Japan will just lose
Okay,
For
the
real.
fucking
we probably
this.
know in this context, right? We know in this context of Blue Lock that
Yeah.
the likelihood is Nigeria is the one that misses out, right? But in real life, Nigeria is still a strong team against England and France. Maybe not so strong, but they are a strong team. So this is they basically call this the group of death anyway. And Baratsuta is like, oh, Sai, so are you gonna play the group stages so we can get through? And Sai's like, nah, man, allowed. Is that nah, allow that? So Sai says, if these mans can't make it through the group stages, man, they do it. Like, I'm not playing for them, man.
Hmm.
So Blue Lock's challenge is to get through the group stages, and then once they get through that, Sai is gonna join because Sai really wants to play against Spain. He really wants. He really wants to play against Spain. Well, it seems it seems like it's because of Bunny, but it could also be just because he wants to see how Japan stacks up against Spain because obviously he plays in Spain. Yeah, it's definitely Bunny. It's definitely Bunny. I mean, we see Bunny on the screen anyways. But yeah, so Sai really wants to play against Spain, which means Blue Lock have to navigate this group stages and make it to the knockouts, where it seems that's when the proper stuff is gonna start. So group stages, that's not the real jeopardy. I think the knockout is where it's at. Um, so Buratsuta says it's all good, but then this is one thing that really got me. He said you join once Japan is in the knockout brackets, right? Then he then he says then I'll leave a slot open for you so you can join the team later, right? So that basically means when we do get introduced to Barasa 3, we only gonna get introduced to the next two. So if Nagi joins up and whoever else that's gonna be, Sai we won't see until the what do you call it? Until the knockout stages. Um And then yeah, so Sai basically says he wants to use Blue Lock as a springboard. Springboard to what? I'm not too sure. Um, only those with
Springboard
an
to
ego as
being
big as
bunny.
that win. But yeah, that's basically a chapter. So we leave off. We're not actually sure whether Nagi is gonna join or not. Sai's obviously not joining till after group stages. Uh,
Barcha.
yeah, yeah,
So I
yeah.
think Nagi will join, but I don't think he will work under those conditions.
See that's the thing now. That's the thing. So I don't know. I'm still undecided. I don't know if I think I'm in the camp that Nagi actually joins or not
Mm,
because of obviously because of his words um and basically because if he does join up, he signs away his
his
life.
life. Yeah.
He signs away his life. So
But
even if
and
he
I'm
wants,
saying like if Sai has the authority to himself of saying I don't want to do this, and like he makes certain deals with Buratsuta. Like every time Buratsuta comes up with something, he's like, no, I want to do this and switches up. The same way he said
yeah,
Rashido.
yeah,
The same way Sai has the same authority to do whatever he wants by himself.
I think
As Nagi should have
Yeah,
that.
but Sai is Sai.
I think Sai is in a better position because Sai signed with a club. So Real Madrid, Real, or whatever, isn't gonna let Barca do whatever the fuck they want. Like, you know, he
hmm
has his own conditions and shit. I don't think Real would let would let fucking what's his name? That
but
slimy guy. Yeah. Do
Osai,
whatever. Yeah, Nagi doesn't have any. He said, "I'm gonna control your club. I'm gonna control how much money we making. He's gonna control literally everything his whole life till he dies." That's what he said
yeah,
till he died. Exact quote. So it really
yeah.
depends.
So
It depends on how
actually,
desperate Nagi is.
No,
Daddy,
no, no.
Daddy, do you know how many is it? Do you play every team twice in the group stages, or is it just one game?
Only once
Yeah,
in the
just
World
Only
Cup.
once.
once, right? Okay, so yeah, there's a chance that Nigeria does go 0 for 3.
Yeah, they probably will.
That poor team.
But
Well, I
this,
mean,
this
like England or Nigeria, they'll probably just be randomly
It would
between.
be really weird because England. I don't know. Well, I guess when we get to the discussion, we'll talk about it. I don't want to cut
yeah,
anyone off.
yeah. So basically, yeah, I think it's we're open to discussion now. Anyways, um, whoever wants to go first, let us know. Let us know what you think about the chapter. And let us know what you think about the what's gonna happen next in terms of like the group stages, like in the groups, and like who do you think is gonna join up?
Mhm.
But that's it is free.
All right,
It'll be very
I know who
interesting.
I'm voting for.
um, yeah. So who wants to go first?
Uh,
Mm,
I can.
Yeah, go on.
I'm going with straight silence, god damn.
Um, so I think first of all, I'm just gonna cap it out by just saying I think personally, I think Japan will go against France first. Sorry, I think Japan will go against Nigeria first and will win, and it probably won't be that hard a match, just narratively speaking. And then they'll go against France and get kind of hammered, and then they'll go against England and it will be like an even match.
Mm,
My Nigerian brothers, he hate that time. You
No
know?
hate on
mm.
Nigeria, but they're
And
kind of fodder for the story.
so Ragi, who do you have going through?
I think France and Japan will go through.
So
Um,
there's a chance that Blue Lock have to face France again.
so I basically think what will end up happening with France is Japan is going to get cooked by France in the group stages, and then they'll rematch them with Psy because then it will be in the knockout rounds or whatever, and then it
Mm.
But
will be more of
wasn't
an
it
even
one match?
fight.
No, it was one match only. So I agreed to. It
Didn't he
was
just say
against
he would
Spain.
No.
join
He's
after the group stages,
he said
basically?
he'll only join after the group stages. He basically said I'm not playing group stage matches.
Yeah,
So
but
he
he said he only wants to play against Spain. That's his only purpose being there.
Well, yeah, he
yeah, but
doesn't even
he
know
didn't.
that Japan will go against Spain.
Mm.
Yeah, so there's a chance that Japan don't even face Spain, but he agreed to join after the group stages. So I think when it gets to that point, it's up to ego to put him in whatever he matches. Because you got to think, even if he wants to just play against Spain, he's not just gonna jump in, disrupt the whole formation, the whole team, and stuff like that against Spain,
Oh yeah,
and then dip out again.
bro. I hope
No,
Ego aura farms and it's
but
just
isn't that
like,
his only?
Sai, we don't need you.
Bro. All right, that's all.
Yeah, ego most likely is gonna say we don't need him, but like he's gonna be forced to put him in,
Yeah, I
isn't
mean
he?
he'll play obviously.
Yeah.
So outside of that, I think realistically we just aren't gonna see every new gen, or at least aren't gonna play against every new gen. It just like mathematically isn't gonna happen.
Maybe we'll just see them on the screen. That's all.
Yeah, we'll probably see all of them.
Fair. That's true.
Unfortunately, we'll probably see some of them just get like forderized by Spain
Yeah,
or Germany
I'm
or
just spraying
whoever.
the guy that I get a Nigerian new gen, bro. Please.
Ain't no way.
And I think obviously we'll go. I think the most likely things are Japan going against Germany, France, and Spain at some point.
Mhm.
And I hope, my personal hope, is that Kaiser gets the like golden boot or like most goals in the tournament
Why?
because I don't know if he'll win. I kind of hope Germany wins. That's kind of my ideal world. But whether or not they win, I want Kaiser to basically be able to show that he is still kind of the goated striker,
I
whether
mean,
or not he wins or loses.
I mean, if Isagi doesn't break him again, he won't even really care about the trophy.
No, I understand that Kaiser won't care, but I just want Kaiser to get the golden boot so people stop fucking saying he's an ass player in the fan.
No, people are just mostly saying that because Kaiser started the argument with Isagi way back during the first part of the NEO, and people just started hating.
But either
That's
way,
why
I think
people, yeah.
basically I want Kaiser to be goated and with Ness. I want Loki and Charles and the France new gen, if it isn't Loki, to I don't know, do stuff. I don't really care about France, I'm not gonna lie.
Damn.
And I hope Bunny shows up and kind of demolishes Japan and forces Ego to put in Sai, because I think that would be more interesting.
So all that development for all the 23 players just means nothing.
Bro, I just think I just like Kaiser and Ness. I think Loki and Charles are kind of boring and Bunny's funny.
Loki and Charles are boring.
That's fair.
Like he's just a guy who happens to be fast, and unironically,
So,
that's kind of his personality. He's just fast.
Man, he just Wally West, bro. That's it.
He's arrogant as well.
He's like fine.
Leo,
but...
what are your thoughts then?
I ain't got no thoughts, bro.
Oh,
I
nice.
mean, it was an amazing chapter. I don't know what to say about it, but it's a really nice chapter. I don't know what the hell is next for Nagi, but I mean, yeah.
Okay. Right, OP.
Well, man,
OP,
OP
you there?
sleep. OP sleeping
Ghosted.
right.
Oh no.
Wake up, my boy. You win.
Neddy, you there?
Right. Yeah, good chapter. I kind of underrated. My favourite part is actually Nagi standing up for himself against Buratsuta, because from most of
Excuse me.
Nagi's on-screen appearances, we've seen him being, in essence, kind of controlled by somebody. Mostly Raito, actually, with the only real deviation from that being in the second selection. So seeing Nagi by himself, without an isagi to, in essence, guide him, be with him, not have
Nobody interested in this game version.
death by himself is great. It's a great peak for Nagi's character. But I don't think it's gonna be a top moment because I also think he's gonna accept Buratsuta, not
What is that muffling sound? My bad.
not the current offer, but he's going to stand up again and actually approach Buratsuta with a different offer, and essentially be like more like fired up, as we've seen over the past few Nagi-centric chapters. And he goes to Buratsuta and is like, I'm better than any other fodder you can put in your stupid little red key free. If you want me in your lineup, you're gonna drop your current offer, get that out the window, and we're doing things my way.
Yeah,
And
that's
have
what I'm saying. They do sees what I'm seeing, bro.
and have an absolute aura farm moment.
Classic
And I do,
Nagi.
yeah, I do hope he does that.
Yeah.
You're a farmer.
And another thing actually is that this was probably around a month or so ago. If the predictions about, absolutely humiliating Nigeria, getting thrashed by France, and having a really good game versus England with an eventual win is what's going to happen, then I can officially call myself the prediction genius again, because that is exactly how I predicted the group stage will go about just over a month ago. I think I actually said it on a past locker room. So I might go and find that for proof in order to have my own aura farming moment.
Nah, I'm just gonna say I predicted that and then not give any proof because
That's
source,
crazy, Raji.
No evidence aura farming.
source. Nah, fuck it. Who cares?
Huh?
Who needs?
As much as I like Hiragi, I can't see that.
What do you mean? You calling me low IQ, bro?
I can't see. I don't see how. So is that Hiragi instead of Nagi, or is that Hiragi and Nagi? Because
Having
if it's
Hiragi in there would be crazy.
Hiragi and Nagi, it's like two of the same players. Like, what's the point?
Hiragi is kind of a bomb. Hiragi's just got the Kiora effect where all of his beats are in episode Nagi and shouldn't count.
I mean, even in episode 9, he just got 2 goals and that's it.
Yeah. Okay, no worries. Nikim, what are your thoughts?
Really loved the chapter. I've been saying that like for the last, I don't know, fucking 5 chapters. He's just been making banger chapters. I really like the setup to the U20 World Cup. Like he hasn't
Go
really
great,
missed.
great
He has
weeks.
not. He has not really missed at all. And there's been no breaks either. I hope
Mhm.
they. I think next week. I think after next week they're definitely taking a break. I can smell a break coming. 'Cause, like I can just tell it's gonna be a break next week. After next week. In terms of the conversation with Buratsuta, I thought it was really interesting that Nagi stood up for himself. I'm really glad he did. I'm glad he didn't take immediately. He might take the offer later, but like I'm glad he's like no, because Ego does have a point. I'm glad he actually agrees that Ego is right. Like he everything that Ego said came true, which is true. We saw that in the NEL.
Mhm.
As for Sai's conversation with Baratsuta, I'm gonna say what people are afraid to say. Sai is kind of being a pussy.
Yeah,
I'm gonna let you.
bro,
I'm
Mr.
bro.
fucking
Don't
Mr.
you
Feetless.
don't you find it a bit suspicious? As soon as he saw France in the group stage, he's like, "Oh, actually, I just want to play Spain. I just want to play Spain. I
Nigga
just want
said,
to play Spain."
ah,
Don't
bro, you got
don't
fucking
you don't
Nah,
you
blisters
bro,
over
find
there,
it
bro.
was
I don't want none of
Nigeria. It was
don't,
Nigeria that
don't
got him.
bro? I'm telling you, he did not want to get belt to us by Loki. He just didn't want to get. He didn't want to get belt to. He's ducking Loki. He's ducking Loki. He's ducking
Homie,
Loki. 1,000%. There is
homie
no
said, I don't want
way.
no Wally West problems, bro. Keep Wally
No
West
way.
to yourself.
The fact that he called Baratsusa and said, "I can't lie, this group stage is looking a bit sticky."
Yeah, yeah.
Like
The
that's
group
literally
stage
the
got him shook.
conversation. That's
He's
literally the
like, nah,
convo. He
nah.
was like,
Group
he said,
stages,
blood.
that's for
He literally said, "Blood clot. They have France." Like he's scared. He's scared. He's scared. He's scared. Now, I will say that I do like that Sai was like, "Look, I'm not doing none of this group stage bullshit. I want to play. I want to play Spain.
Mm.
That's all I really care about." So that does tie into like Bunny Iglesias, basically 100%, if not fully confirmed, is the one that fucked Sai over or crushed his dreams, quote unquote. Could probably not be the case, but it seems like the plot is heading in
Yes.
that direction. It 100% is heading in that direction. In
Yeah.
terms of the selection, I do feel bad because it seems like Nigeria is going to be used as a means of just fuck. You know, I
Yeah.
mean,
Punching
I,
bag.
I think I think they are Nigeria will get goals off on Japan. I think at least one goal or two.
Mm.
Hey
Uh,
yo,
but like I
Argy
don't
playing
think
for
I don't.
Nigeria.
So yeah, I was gonna bring that up.
don't get love.
I think Augie might be Nigerian. There's no it's not 100% confirmed. He could fully be British. Like he could be one of
Yeah.
us. He could be from UK.
Nigerian. I
But
mean,
the
let
like
me
I have a feeling they wouldn't have. I feel like every team so far might have a character that we've kind of seen before.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know the ethnicities of a lot of the players that we saw in the NL. We don't know their ethnicity. We know the club they play for. We don't know their ethnicity. Kaneshiro could definitely be like reusing people, because he doesn't want to design new characters. It's probably easier for him to do that.
Yeah,
Sadly.
It doesn't matter regardless if
real.
Augie plays. It'd be cool because if Augie plays for England, he could be supporting the new gen of England. He could be his support. But if he plays for Nigeria, it could show that Augie is capable of doing stuff on his own. He doesn't need to always be supporting a player. He is, the mad doctor of football, whatever they call him. So it'd be nice, man. And also, honestly, I just kind of want to see him interacting with Rayo. I want him to laugh at Rayo. I just need that. I need that scene.
he
I
about
need
to be
that scene.
like,
He's
what
gonna be
up,
like,
bitch?
Where's
Mm.
Nagi at? Oh, that's crazy. He's not her. Oh, I need to see that. That's
I
the
don't,
only
I
scene I
don't,
really
I
want
don't
to see.
think he's gonna be that arrogant. He's just gonna look at Rayo in a way and just say,
Yeah.
did you get what you wanted?"
He's
And
just
probably say
gonna
something
aura
like that.
farm
Yeah,
over
but
it.
no, but he's gonna say something
He's
petty.
gonna say
If he
something
is that, he's
petty.
gonna
He's
say
gonna say
something.
something petty. Because I'm not gonna lie, Rayo was talking the most shit to Augie throughout the NEL. If you look back on it, Augie was just trying to help, and Rayo would just be bitching every chapter about this guy. So I want
Yeah,
Augie to say something to him. I want Augie to say something to him. England is as for England, I think because Isagi's going to go see the Livers against Manshine game. I definitely think the guy on Livers is the England new gen. I don't think it's Manshine City.
Fair.
I could be wrong though. We'll see. But I feel like he wouldn't have introduced a whole new club if another England club if it's going to be a Manshine City player. Um, but we'll see. I think it is the Livers. I think it is the Livers guy. He's going to be the new
Yeah.
gen.
I
Um,
just want it to be Manshine so everyone else is wrong.
yeah,
I actually
it
have a couple.
it could be. As for the Buratsuta free, I've already said in the Discord who I think the other guy is, and it's obviously my glorious king, episode one hit wonder Kira. Um,
No.
Now, a lot of people do not like the Kira returns theory. However, I am one who stands by that return theory if done correctly. And Kaneshiro seems to be cooking in terms of this plot so far. People didn't think Nagi was gonna come back. Look where we are now. Yeah, like people didn't think Kunagami was gonna come back. Look where we are now. I'm not saying
I mean, that
that.
was like how many 3 years ago?
Nah,
Like
To be
yeah.
minimum.
fair, we've had
Kun-
some real shocking theories
we've
in the
had some.
fandom.
Yeah, like for example, Kuni came back and became a Shido defending merchant. Kira can return, bro.
Out.
I think Kira can return. I think people's argument for Kira not returning is he's a bum. Even though we never saw what he was capable of, I think that's a very weird way to scale a character. We just didn't see what he could do, and when we did see him, he thrashed Isagi in that Nationals game. Well, he didn't thrash Isagi. Isagi didn't part. He got fucked. Isagi didn't. He fucking fucked
Tada
up.
thrashed
Yeah,
Isagi.
didn't thrash Isagi, but he still showed Isagi levels in episode Nagi. I don't know if you guys have reread episode Nagi anytime soon. If you guys have read it recently, but
Mm.
in the first chapter of episode Nagi, when they go to the Blue Lock thing, even Rayo is like, oh, that's Kira. Like I know who that is. That's Kira.
Yeah, because of his whatever
High school
his
prospect.
title.
Yeah,
He
He's the
also
title.
roasts
That
Isagi.
I don't.
I
uh,
mean, what? Go ahead,
so
bro.
like,
Go ahead.
I find so like he has motion. Also, Barasusa is free. It's like players. He's gathering players that oppose Ego's ideology. Even though I guess Sai is a bit of a weird one because he doesn't really oppose Ego's. He just doesn't care for representing Japan. He doesn't give a fuck. Um, but Kira is a character that has like I think if you look at it from the perspective of this was a character who was called the Jewel of Japan, and
No,
over
I mean, yeah, Kira did literally said he wanted to stay in BLUELOCK and prove Ego wrong. So
Yeah, he wants to prove Ego wrong. This is a person who's called the Jewel of Japan, and then Ego said, "Fuck you, you don't get to represent Japan anymore." I can't imagine going home. The bro's probably on suicide watch, man. Do you know how horrible that horrible that is? I don't know. Especially as like a high school prospect who probably had clubs who were interested in him as well. It's definitely, and now he's seeing Isagi on live TV getting clout and motion. This is the guy that
homies
killed
literally
Spotify.
aside from the other chapter hate watching Isagi.
Yeah, he probably hate watching that guy. There ain't no way Kira. I don't believe Kira just went back and just said, "Oh, I quit football." Fuck that. He's definitely still mashing work. He's definitely still.
Quickly, let me just suggest this. TRRFF. Yeah, we saw the ticket for Livers versus Manshine
Yeah,
City.
we did. It's one of
Yeah,
the tickets he received.
but only two teams can go through this group stages, and it's already been said that France is the strongest, so likelihood is
France is
they go.
gonna. France. Is
Right.
gonna, I think France is gonna obliterate Japan. They're gonna. Someone said, "What if
They
they tie with England?" I think that was one of the
That was me. I was like, they
yeah,
might tie with England
tie with
and then
England.
win on
If
goal
And
difference
then
for
win.
second place.
Yeah. So I mean, it'd be a cool narrative thing because it could show the Blue Lock that there's levels to this shit. Like maybe because after all their training, they're like, oh, we're confident, we can take these guys. What the fuck? And then Nigeria shows them levels, England shows them levels, and then France completely obliterates them. Then when it
well,
comes to knockout stage, like we actually need to lock in guys.
Well, that was kind of my theory. Is like they
Yeah.
show up, they're big dick energy, demolish Nigeria, and then they're like, oh yeah, and then they get demolished by France, and then that makes
Yeah,
the England match high stakes.
yeah,
literally what I
I
predicted.
actually thought that maybe France will be the first match, only
Mm.
because I think we're gonna play against France again later on in the World Cup. Because obviously we all predict that France probably beats Japan.
Mm.
Um,
Yeah,
I I
I
thought maybe France is the first match, devastating loss, and then the next match maybe is Nigeria. It's gonna be a hard fought battle, and then the third match will be England, and
But
that's
why
gonna be a
would
tough one to
why
go
would he
uh,
keep France? Why would he keep France at the first? Why would they be the first one?
because we're probably gonna play France again.
we're gonna play France again later on in the tournament, and then we'll beat
yeah.
them. We'll beat them.
I mean,
We'll run it back. We'll beat them next
the
time.
only reason I can see France being first is just because they're kind of not an interesting team in the sense of we already know most of the important players for them.
We don't know
It's not
that.
like an interesting
No,
team to
I
show up.
think I
But
think
then
it's
I mean, Connoisseur could
like,
introduce a whole shit ton of new
Yeah,
people.
we don't know. We don't actually know.
We
I'm
don't
just
know.
saying, you see Loki play for like the whole 90 minutes. I'm just maybe that's why.
Um,
You know?
It would
did you
just be a
wait for the
2v11
even
go.
think
for
Loki
the
plays.
for the what if Loki doesn't play and he just lets the new gen play, like
Yeah,
the new
yeah.
the
I
potential
literally
new
don't
gen?
think Loki plays in the group stages either. Just like Sai.
Um,
He's also afraid of Nigeria.
wait, did you guys when you guys were reading the translations? I was reading it on Weeb Central, so I don't know if we were reading the same translations. But did
Yeah.
you guys see on the news thing that Sai is reading when it gets to talking about France and the death? It says new gen. Am I tripping? It says new gen like on the little news article. It gets
I
cut off.
did not see that. Hold on.
Let me see.
Let me go through it one sec.
Get up.
Right here.
Go down to that page when like Sai when it says Japan versus France. If you
Mm.
read that little thing, like if you go down, it says something new gen, but then it's cut off. So I don't know what the full
Yeah.
sentence of
So
that is. Unless
it
I'm tripping.
says here difficult road to the something something something
You
reborn
know,
in blue
Nigeria,
log something something
Nigeria,
something
England, and
Nigeria, England, and
no, it says
obviously
New
France.
Gen France. Not
New gen.
it
It
says
says new GE and then
It's France.
whatever.
Yeah, right.
France is
New
underneath
gen.
it, but we don't know how
Yeah,
close it is to it.
France. Yeah, I don't know if I don't know if I'm reaching, but I was like new gen France confirmed because I was like it said new gen on the France article. So I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I wonder if that's like an indication that they do have one. Regardless, really like the setup so far. Um, I think who was it? That dude who said that is it? Someone said that like Loki's boring. I think this arc, the U20 World Cup arc, could definitely give us his backstory because as we know that the chains have symbolism and Loki's chain is very interesting. It's like faded. It's not fully there. Um,
Well,
also
it's like exploded.
is exploded. Also, I when Isagi says you're just a pace merchant, you know, in the NEL when Isagi's like you're just born fast, right? Loki's reaction is it's the first time we have ever seen him like kind of pissed
His
because
mask was
his
mask
mask
off.
yeah, his mask fell off for a second, and I think that might have something to do with his backstory. I could be reaching. But like I think that might have because it really hit a nerve when he said, "Oh, you were just born fast." It really hit a nerve when he said that shit. So I think his speed has definitely something to do with his backstory, and like why speed is so important to him.
Plot
Uh,
twist: Loki's a talented learner. He learned how to run fast.
well, no, not.
Yeah. He learned how
I
to
think
take drugs.
it could be that like he comes from a very bad family life, kind of akin
Yeah.
to Kaiser and stuff.
Another Michael Kaiser, y'all. Okay.
No, bro, we need an important player to just
You
have a normal
every
backstory. I
every new
beg.
Gen 11 player
Yeah, but
is comes from some shit,
it could
bro,
yeah
or has some shit done to them.
I
because
hope Bunny's story is just he's a chill guy.
Nah,
no,
That's
he's not.
he's
literally
That
got
it.
guy's
scars.
he's not. He has a big ass scar on his head. Sai hates him.
Nah,
And
he's
he's like,
allowed.
I
He's allowed to
hold
be
on.
depressed, but I hope his backstory is just like,
I
my
I
life
have
is
I
fine.
have a theory about
okay,
Bunny's backstory,
all right.
and it comes from a real life parallel. Like
Okay.
I'm sure any of you that watch proper football will know this player, but there is a footballer called Frank Ribery,
Mm.
and he is obviously known for having a big scar on his face. Now, this scar was caused because him and his family were caught in a car crash, which,
Oh.
you know, I'm pretty sure it killed both of his parents.
Oh Jesus.
And obviously, after a tragic situation like that, it would naturally kind of sap out a lot of the joy that you'd have in you, especially since Bunny is also only 19. Like, losing your parents at that age is traumatizing. So, that kind of parallel with Ribery through the facial scar on the same side of the face as well, in the same, not the same, but like similar area, could be foreshadowing of what Bunny's backstory is and how it relates to kind of his like seeming like depression and just complete lack of enthusiasm for anything.
Ooh, yeah, that's nice.
Yeah,
I never
that's
thought of
good. I
that.
didn't think about
Damn. The Lunar Dad theories for
that.
theorists.
Luna's
No.
theory.
Hell
That's
Right.
no.
such a funny
For
theory.
They do look a little similar though. It is a bit weird how similar they kind
yeah.
of look. That's his cousin
I
or
I
something.
don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like it's reaching. They
Yeah.
have like not a very similar hairstyle, and their hair is both light, and that's kind of it.
I'm
Yeah.
not surprised if this nigga is wearing eye contacts to make his eye look red instead of green,
That'd be funny. I
and
think
just has green here when it's
Right. So
good.
for the Kira guys, advocates here, like what do you think Kira weapon will be if
Homie,
it does?
what?
I don't know.
Kira weapon.
Bro,
Being bad.
homie was shown in one chapter. I can't predict what he's gonna have
I
next.
don't. All right. I want to ask. I want to ask. I
Like
actually want to ask you.
what was Kira's strength? Just it was just a strike, you know.
You're just a
Yeah, he's just
striker.
a forward. He had a good touch, and that's all we saw him.
How is he
Like,
a fraud?
No, forward,
I
forward.
mean,
Oh, forward. I
he
was
was
gonna say, how
able.
is he a fraud?
I
all
mean, he
we
was
saw
able.
from him is he made a good touch off of like a high
To,
pass, and then
other than
scored
that,
a
he was
top
able.
corner goal.
Yeah, top
I want him over Hiragi 1 billion fucking
Yeah,
percent.
Kira's got mobile trapping.
It could be. He could just be a parallel to Isagi. He could
he
just have what
gave.
Isagi
I
fucking
mean,
has. To be fair.
and he gave
That
Isagi
makes
like
sense,
insight about
actually.
what Isagi can do. So yeah,
Do
So
you
definitely.
guys
you
do you
think?
guys remember that season 1 poster where like Kira's behind Isagi and he's like his shadow and like,
Hmm
I
Isagi's
don't
in
give a.
front of him? That's funny.
Do you guys think Kira
That's fun.
is a talented learner or genius type?
Mm,
I think realistically, probably a talented learner because literally Asagi and Kaiser are currently the only talented learner strikers.
Mm. Yeah.
Like
True.
ignoring
True.
pros.
Well,
uh,
yeah.
guys, we could all be wrong and it could just be Igaguri, by the way. Just letting
Nah,
you
it's
go.
dead.
Yep,
Nah,
I am
it's
leaving
gonna
this.
be Emon. Emon gets brought
Hold on.
back in to
If
replace
I
Fukado.
Well,
I know the author loves Igaguri though. I'm pretty sure he said multiple times. That's like his favorite character.
Yeah,
So,
Guguri and
so
Nagi are his favorites.
I feel like what's annoying though is Igaguri doesn't need to come back because Igaguri's whole thing is he wanted to leave the temple, no? And he got his club offer, so
Yeah, he did the
he
thing.
can leave the temple. He doesn't have to. He can still keep playing football.
Now,
Don't
ready?
have to.
I have the ultimate Igaguri clutch up gag theory.
oh, I'm leaving this chat. DJs.
Every Guguri theory is a gag
I'm
theory.
leaving this chat.
Exactly. No, ready? Okay, so Igaguri is one of the Buratsuta 3. We're going off this premise.
Mhm.
And what we got is a complete tie between second and third. Goal points equal, record equal, goal difference equal. In this situation, the team that goes through is the one with the better, like, kind of fair play record, the least red and
Yeah.
yellow card and fouls committed. England and Japan are going to be completely equal in that as well. And in the 90th minute, Igaguri comes on and fouls the England New Gen 11 before he's about to score the final goal. And then the New Gen 11 gets red carded, and that red card is what gives Japan the fair play advantage to come second and they go through. Igaguri clutches
So
up
long.
in extra time.
Igaguri's gonna lock down Loki on God.
It's so long.
Monk versus Monk.
Yeah, that is convoluted, very convoluted. But yeah, what are the chances that it's someone completely new, someone we never?
I think it's pretty low.
If it is someone completely new, where the fuck was this guy? Like, I'm not saying Konashiro can't introduce someone. He's done it before. It's just like narratively, it would just be super weird if he was like, actually, guys, I'm this Japan U20 player. You just wasn't in Japan at the time, but now.
Maybe it will be the attacking mid that Sai replaced on the U20 team, who just doesn't exist.
Oh, that'd be pretty. I mean, that would add conflict. That'd be pretty cool.
Although it would also be weird to have him join with Sai.
Yeah.
Do you know what's crazy, right?
Mhm.
The U20 team had bench players that
They
never
did.
got
I
on and
never
they
made
never
it.
got invited
And
to
then they got
BLUELOCK.
replaced.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got replaced. Tough. Where I would be, I'm not gonna lie, I'd be vexed. But maybe
I'd be
maybe they had a club, a Japan club, like
Well, no,
It
a
was,
that's literally
and it was
happened.
Sai's fault as well. Sai said, "Don't change anyone."
Yeah, the manager or whatever, the
I
coach or
can't lie.
whoever it is
There's
like,
a
we
lot.
need subs, and Sai
There's a
just tells
lot
them
of
to fuck
valid.
off.
There's a lot of valid, like valid crash outs in Blue Lock. If I was a U20, imagine being a U20 player. Oh man, I can't wait to get some
Bro,
minutes.
Yeah,
if you're the
I mean,
starting attacking midfielder,
if
and then you know that
yeah.
Sai is
Sai
joining your
just
I
comes.
mean,
team.
if you're not making any impacts on the field, I mean, you're not supposed to
Yeah,
be there.
but then no. But then it's just because some random Japanese guy called Ego decided he wants to fuck up your feng shui. Now you have to go play. Now you have to go play in a U20 tournament that's being live streamed on YouTube. And if you don't get a bid offer, you're cooked. You don't start. God forbid you went to Boston because no one ain't playing you on the. You're not playing. So
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, ego kind of effed up a lot of people's
Ego
career.
fucking ruin people's lives, bro. Like
Yeah,
there is a U20 player from Japan right now in his room, vexed on a podcast right now, talking to his friends. Oh, you man,
I
he's in a McDonald's. He's like, you didn't even know I was on the
Yeah, it's like
U20.
Neru, who didn't even play a single match. Just
Never,
like,
never deserved at least a couple minutes on
no
the
no
on
one
the
did
P-
him dirty, bro.
nah.
bro.
I actually don't know if this is confirmed or not, but
Mm.
what I heard was that Neru was supposed to be Corona, but because Corona had a cool design, Kaneshiro was just like, fuck it,
Oh, I'm about to trip out. Yep.
give Corona Neru's stuff, and then we'll
My
have
my
him play.
thing my thing with the PXG game is how come they gave Igaguri and even Yuki subbed on towards the end, and you're
Yeah,
telling me Neru couldn't sub on for like 2 minutes?
yeah,
Come on,
did
man.
make sense.
No, but
Yuki is kind of a bum.
you know who they kept on? No, I don't want to hear that because you know who they kept on in that game? The two
Oh.
bastard defenders. The two bastard defenders.
I
Two guys.
mean,
when
then
when
again, I
and
know
that
they're
was the
doing like
time
this
when they was actually
but
struggling to stop Rin. They were struggling to
When,
stop Rin.
when,
Instead of putting it on the defender, He puts on Yukimiya.
And Noah's all about logic. Let me tell you this: if I'm not seeing Bomber Club, Birkenstock, and Mensa in the German national team, the German U20 team, I don't want to hear it. They have to be on the front lines with
I'm
Kaiser.
gonna be real, like, and like it may not have been logical, but they won. So like,
No, it may not.
technically, the
But
results are all
I
that
feel
matters
like
for BM.
if Neru subbed on, they still would have lost, and Neru and Igaguri still would have went home. You could have still had them go home with Neru still getting minutes, bro.
Yeah, I feel
Nothing
like
would have
like you can't put Nero on as a centre back though. He's like tiny.
No, I mean that isn't bad, but he can just cut in at the right time. I mean,
he's
And Nico played centre back.
so
Yeah,
they
but
had
but that was BLUELOCK 11.
they had
They had
Zantetsu
no
on, they had
defenders, bro.
Zantetsu on the opposing team who's all about speed, and Neru's a speedy defender. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Just saying.
It just didn't make any logical sense that Neru didn't get on the
I
pitch.
genuinely believe Konishiro forgot. Like I think during the arc while he was writing the shit, like towards the very end, he was oh fuck, Neru's on the bench.
Well,
There was a couple chapters left.
the
Do you know the
issue,
mad thing is though? In the NEL, there's no limit to subs. So
Yeah.
yeah,
the masters could literally put on whoever they want, and we know that some masters did that because we know Hiragi got some playing time, Nishioka got some playing time at some point. So I think Noah was just being a stifler, man. I think he was just being too.
Yeah.
well, the issue is that like BM's logic is really flawed, which is they have the logic of like the best players, quote unquote, like the players with the highest stats or whatever start. But if you have a good performance, then you can start over better people. Except obviously you never get a chance to have a performance because you don't play because you're worse stat wise.
Yeah.
And then it becomes like Hiyori would never have played. Well, he might have played in the PXG match
If
right at
Isagi
the
had
end.
never said anything, Hiyori would never have subbed on. It would have been Jin. Jin would have got a much higher offer than Hiyori in the final NEL bids because he'd probably sub in the PXG game. But even
Yeah,
then, it's too fucking late.
Hiyori.
And then if Hiyori doesn't sub in, he doesn't evolve. If he doesn't evolve, Isagi doesn't score the final game. Ubers wins. That's the right timeline. The
That's
correct
the right
timeline.
timeline.
Correct timeline that Ubers actually wins that game.
The right
It's ball.
timeline is that
Oh, bro.
Hiyori subs in and is still just depressed and doesn't
I
get his
mean,
backstory solved in like 3 seconds.
Mad. I don't know how to say your name. But bro, I don't know
that's
what Corona
literally a
did
fucking
to you,
name.
bro.
That
But we need to like
Hey,
calm
hey,
it down a
hey,
little
not
bit.
too much on Corona. Corona will get his backstory and he will get his moment, just not now.
This
No.
is hating on
Yeah,
I
Corona.
will say, to be fair,
Oh, is it because of Neru?
Corona did stop Chiguri once. So
With
like
I want you to know, remove Corona, Isagi is cooked in the Barcha game and is cooked in the not Barcha, Manshine game.
Manshine.
Manshine game, Isagi ain't doing nothing without
Yeah,
Corona.
because
I'm
no
he's
one's gonna
also
help
cooked in
him.
the Ubers game because
Yeah.
Corona assisted his first goal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Corona.
Corona basically gave Isagi the platform because no one was trying to pass him the ball. No one
Yeah.
was trying to help him.
Yeah, Corona.
told me like
And what's
Corona
crazy?
like
Even Yukimiya was
What's crazy?
being a hit at them times.
What's crazy is when I'll never forget the day that chapter came out, when the leaks came out during the PXG game, when Noah was like, Corona, you're going on. All right. And then Corona put up the two with his fingers, and I was like, Extreme Big Bang Galaxy Planet Hotline with Hiyori, Isagi, and Corona.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. Like that shit never happened.
And then like
That
10
trust
shit
me,
chapters
never
later
happened.
he gets
Yeah,
subbed
Rin
out.
just
yeah,
never happened. And then
never happened. I was so gassed for that, bro.
They implied it or like hinted at those three coming together, and then was it like Kaiser
yeah,
just intercepted it, and it was like,
I
oh,
mean, the thing is about
they did
Corona,
the whole
he has no like
Isagi
literally
system.
in evolution throughout that whole game.
But yeah, don't be hating on Corona just because Neru didn't.
I will say I do think that Planet Hotline is the best, or like as we've seen, is the most effective way of moving up the pitch, basically, like moving through the midfield.
Yeah. Isagi cut through the middle, cut through the wings, like
I
what,
mean, then
like
again, it can be
with
predicted.
Corona.
It
With,
can be predicted.
but with Corona, like it's basically like another limb for Isagi, and I think personally think that Isagi's gonna add to his dribbling.
Nah, switch Corona and just put Kira. Got that man breakdancing.
Nah, forget Kira. Honestly, I don't
No.
see the appeal of Kira, to be honest.
Not
Kira-
Kiora, bro. What?
Yeah, I don't. Sorry, Kiora. Yeah, I don't see the appeal of Kiora.
Kiora is the definition. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry for all the Kiora Jin fans, and I'm gonna say this. I have to be honest. Kiora Jin, like, I was so hyped because I was like, oh, Isagi said, because when Isagi was like, actually, no, we need Hiyori. I was like, oh, Hiyori's gonna have some sort of beef with Isagi next game because he just ruined his chances of playing and fucked up his bid value. Hiyori Jin really didn't do shit, bro. Like he
Nah,
came on.
yeah, I don't see like.
After he assisted the Kaiser Magnus, which was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But
It was a bit of a, plot
He literally
device, like.
he aura farms, being like, not even the gods know what I'll do, and then just
Yeah, and then disappears again.
Do anything for the rest of the game. So I think Kyojin was definitely like, if you remove Kyojin from the story as well, nothing changes.
Nothing changes.
I think any other player, if you had Hiyori, because even Hiyori wasn't opposed of giving the ball to Kaiser in the arc, not the arc, in the Ubers game, he literally says he will give to whoever's in the best spot, right? Whatever.
He gave the ball to Kaiser. It got intercepted though.
Yeah. So
yeah, I have like a theory that episode Nagi is basically just Kaneshiro's like, it is like how Kaneshiro just like makes matches fucking crazy by having people do like backflips and breakdancing and stuff. He's like, this is second selection. No one cares about it. Let's just have the characters do random stuff they can't do, like Chigiri doing his like acrobatic shot or whatever.
I can't lie. When Hiragi crashed it on Nagi's head, bro, I came a little because that shit was gas.
Nah!
No.
That shit was gas.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Yep, I'm clipping that for the compilation.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That is getting clipped. Oh my day, that's abysmal. That's crazy.
Dead was crashing out.
Crazy.
Not literally, but guys, come
on.
Dead was crashing out, bro.
Do you think Kaneshiro is gonna struggle with being able to balance? Because we have all these new players, like we've got all these new gens coming out, more teams. He's gonna have to design new character designs for the team, for each team that they play in the U20. Do you think he's gonna be able to handle all this? Because Kaneshiro, no disrespect,
no, he won't.
No disrespect to Kaneshiro, he is a good author. He's a good writer, but like he struggle. You can tell he struggles when it comes to balance. He can't balance everything.
Yeah,
any else couldn't balance everything. So I don't know how he's gonna balance all it. Even with the Buratsuta are free, that's a new concept that he's throwing on top of all this.
even U20 match, like Nagi disappeared for literally 90 minutes.
Well, everyone did. Barcha disappeared for most of the game. Nagi vanished.
Nagi had some moments in that game. Some.
Kunagami in Ubers is a ghost. Oh my god!
I mean, I will say honestly, like my biggest fear of the World Cup arc and any further arcs that do like a Champions League Cup or like a pro level or like adult World Cup arc or whatever is like how long are the matches gonna be?
Exactly.
I both want and don't want them all to be like PXG length.
I don't. No, I can't because
exactly it will take so long.
I do think we will skip some games. I don't think we get every game.
The only game I can see being skipped is Nigeria.
There's a chance Nigeria just gets skipped and we just see the score.
Yeah, but even then, we've got 2 matches in the group stages with important players in theory, and then we've got
maybe 7.
I don't even know what, like 5 matches,
maybe 7.
So
6. I don't know. There's 64 countries.
I think BLUELOCK is gonna run into this issue where it's like, how are you gonna keep? Because like BLUELOCK fans already, like towards the NEL, they got fatigued. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah.
But like, it got pretty fatiguing. Reading it week to week, especially the Ubers game. The Ubers game was horrible. I think reading that week to week was so like that was nasty.
I think it's mostly because Ubers was quite repetitive. You know,
Yeah.
Barrow gets in on goal, Nico
Yeah,
stops
and
him.
Ubers had the thing of like constantly cutting to Hiyori.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't mind that.
I
I
didn't
swear
mind
to
it
God,
either.
I got no. I got
Like,
no
I don't
quarrel
hate
with that.
Hiyori, but like they didn't have to debate that he was gonna get subbed on that hard.
I swear to God, in the U20 match, Curse they about to be like, okay, the staff about to ask, yo, Kaneshiro, you forgot about Karasu. Kaneshiro about to be like, who the fuck is that? Did I roll him in?
Right, it's so sad. I love Karasu, but Nico and Kunigami are both arguably more like plot relevant or like story relevant, and they both
Yeah,
play
Cross, you can get
CDM.
out of here.
It's so sad.
We still
Yeah,
don't
man.
know. We still don't know.
Nico
Any,
has time, guys. I just don't feel like we have to rush Nico
yeah,
into
we
it.
don't need to rush Nico, but we still don't know anything about the wild card. By the way, that's another plot thing that Konashiro hasn't addressed. So
Yeah.
just throwing that on top of the other 59 plot points that he's bringing up.
Can you
I
even give us like
hope
a snippet of it?
Nah, at this point, I think it would unironically be best if he just like ignored it and just was
Now,
like,
but
"What
then
wild
that's,
card?
Nah,
that's
bro,
What?"
you
so
can't.
I
bad.
don't think he's gonna.
That's so bad. That's so bad.
I
Yeah,
don't think he's gonna ignore it though.
Well, my issue is like it's gonna, no matter how he does it, it's gonna feel really clunky and out of place when he introduces it now.
What if we
A
get
whole like
episode
year or
of
two after it showed up first.
what if we get episode Kunigami?
Okay, that could work. That could work. That could work.
Episode Wild
No.
Card.
No, episode Kunagami in the wild card could work. I mean, we had episode
Maybe.
Rin. We had episode Rin, and that was just him like being like, I don't want to go see my brother's match. I hate my brother.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
we'll have
but you went
episode
to see it
Kira
anyways.
and he'll be in the wild card too.
I think it's gonna because I don't want it to be that like he does do the backstory, but then it ends up being like Kunagami's just a plot merchant, and he came back because he needed him in the NEL for like whatever reason.
true, yeah.
Um,
So like,
Guh.
keep him alive.
He needed him to come back to say "guh" and be edgy. That's it. Like he didn't. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Leo Leo99 says, short question. Is it weird that I want Rin to get benched in a match in the U20 World Cup because I want him to fumble a goal chance in that game?
Oh,
That
I mean,
might happen.
Might happen.
he's
That might
working.
happen.
Yeah,
He's
I
working
think
on his
that
meditation
Rin,
though. He's working.
I think realistically, hopefully, based on how he's being trained currently with like relearning his ego or whatever, and also based on how he's always acted in the past, I hope Rin unironically never. I mean, it was kind of cool and funny, but I hope he never just doesn't shoot and like takes the shot again. Because
I mean, his
I'm
whole
pretty sure the
thing-
only reason he did that was because it was the NEL and he didn't really care that much about
Yeah.
winning or losing.
Yeah, he didn't care about his bid. He just cared about crushing Isagi.
So it's like,
Yeah.
but now winning and losing is really important.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't think if he just messes up and gets bench, I mean, it's suppose. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Comic like said he lost 50 times throughout this whole training.
Yeah, I will say I do want him to be on the bench sometimes. Like,
I think they're gonna have to do rotations because everyone.
There's too many people on the team. I have to
bro,
rotate.
I'm praying Isagi gets benched at least once.
Isagi's gonna be on the bench. He's not
Surely.
I can see Rin not playing the Nigeria game simply because they're saying, "Oh no, we want to rest you for I don't know."
Yeah, Kunigami can play striker against Nigeria.
I 100% think Barrow's gonna play the England game because he's training with American footballers, and England in the NEL is described to be physically dominant.
Physical,
right?
yeah.
So,
Yeah, well, that's
Barrow's
like,
gonna excel. I think that's what Barrow's gonna do. That's gonna be Barrow's game.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
And then
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool if Isagi sits out on some of the games and kind of. I think if Kaneshiro loves Isagi, everyone loves Isagi, right, guys? Anyway, I just
he's
need.
fine.
I need Kaneshiro to just let Isagi be off panel. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah,
You
let
don't have to
Isagi.
play every
Yeah.
game.
Yeah. Let Isagi go off so we can have proper
Y'all
character
about to have
development.
that,
for
and y'all
other
about to
people.
see Isagi on the bench analyzing every shit. Y'all about to be like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I mean that's gonna happen.
God,
Anyway.
true. It's
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
become a monologue.
Isagi and Hiyori on the bench, and then they both sub on at the same time. Crazy.
Yeah, so it's gonna be literally like a big action, such cool moments. Like Barrow's about to take a shot in between 3 defenders, and it'll just cut to Isagi and
Yo,
Hiyori.
imagine Bars about to take a shot. Isagi's on the bench. Isagi about to look at him with the most imitating look, about to say, "Shoot that pussy."
I,
Isagi and Hiyori are just like, oh, the defenders are perfectly lined up. Oh.
I think another thing I need Kaneshiro to stop doing is this yap with Isagi. Like, I like Isagi and I like his analytical thinking. Sometimes Kaneshiro making a shot, guys. Hands up. He's making a shot. Isagi be saying some stuff, and I'm like, what does that mean? What does that mean? What did you just say? What, like,
Yeah.
it's verbal. It's actually verbal nonsense. When he was talking about being a tool and shit, even Hiyori was like, "What the fuck are you talking about, man?"
even Raichi said, "Bro, what the fuck do you mean by projector? Hello?"
Yeah.
I will say, I really wish that, well, at least to me it feels this way, but I really wish Kaneshiro put more effort and thought into the whole genius talented Lana thing. It feels so like unfinished.
Yeah,
I think it is though.
It's really
I think
weird
it
as
is.
well.
I think that's the point of it. I think it's a build up.
Well, I kind of agree, but like Charles is like based on the current definition of talented Lana, which is a world type ego. Charles is not a talented Lana.
Not necessarily, by the way.
Y'all got Ariel, y'all got Raven talking about you got the golden brain theory, you got this
Listen, I do think it is unfinished, and I think that's by design. I think the more we learn about the footballing world and the higher up we get in terms of level, the more understanding we'll have of all that stuff. Because I think it's basically we know as far as Isagi knows. So the more Isagi knows, the more us as the readers will know.
Yeah, I don't think they're just one thing. I don't think they're just geniuses alone. I think they're
Yeah,
different.
yeah. I don't think
Yeah, I mean,
flat out genius
players
or
like
flat out.
Kaiser and stuff are clearly like in the
Yeah.
middle to a degree.
You know,
Yo.
bars like that, but I don't really know.
I think it's gonna be hard for him to balance everything. I think I'm looking forward to this arc, but I think we do need to be realistic a little bit in the Blue Lock community and fandom. I don't want it to be that like this series peaks at the NEO and then we actually make it to the actual tournament and then it's like, oh, actually no.
Bro, I am not surprised if Connoisseur gets like drained out and like comes to the Blue Lock community itself, like everyone who reads Blue Lock and like asks for help. I'm not
He's
surprised.
literally like, just give me theories, I'll put them in. What do you want? What do
What do
you
you
guys
guys
think
think
is
of
cool?
this? Japan versus Spain finals instead of
That'd be hard. But I kind of want Germany to be the final.
Yeah, Germany needs to be the
Germany. That I think the
God.
reason why is because Kaiser is like being set up to be the main problem in the U20 World Cup. Yes, Loki
I
and
mean, they've been
Charles.
showing Loki a lot. They've not really shown Kaiser.
They have been showing Loki a lot, but I think they're hiding Kaiser because we don't know what Kaiser's evolution. Because Ness was like, "I'm gonna cast a spell on you, bro. We gonna be cooking. Wait,
Kaiser
don't
comes
worry,
back with a new haircut.
don't worry. Kaiser's gonna.
Ooh, yo, I'm not surprised if he does that.
I think Kaiser's gonna be fucking insane in the U20.
To be fair, I actually don't. Well, I don't know if it will happen, but I don't want Japan to make it to the finals.
They will.
I want them to get grouped.
I want them to get to the semi-finals, play against France, lose, and then Germany beats France in the finals.
But
I don't know about that.
the whole point
I
of like
mean, Kaiser beats Loki? Question mark?
I mean, I don't know.
Ooh, I don't know.
Yeah,
I think Japan wins it
who's gonna win?
personally. I've always said this, but I think Japan wins it.
Like you be hyping this up for fun.
If Japan the issue is if Japan beats the whole tournament and then Japan wins the actual World Cup, then what stakes did we like? What was the, you know what I mean? I don't know if I'd like that.
I get it, but like I just feel Blue Lock U20 Japan is a different team from the actual Japan national team.
That is true. But then
See, my kind of opinion on it is like, I genuinely don't think them winning the World Cup serves any purpose, because the purpose of Blue Lock is not to like win the World Cup with the Blue Lock 11. It's just to make the ultimate striker.
Yeah.
So if they can do that, but they still lose the U20 World Cup,
It's
they kind
the
of still did the
purpose of
thing that they planned on doing.
the purpose of Blue Lock is to win the World Cup via the
Yeah.
best,
Like, if
creating
Japan
the world's
loses the
best
U20
striker.
World Cup, but
But wait,
Isagi
hold
still
on.
becomes the best
Does it
striker in the world at some
does
point,
it
and
Yeah,
they kind of did
does
it.
Ego lose his position if he loses though? Hold on.
Yeah, but realistically, by the time the U20 World Cup ends, Ego is not going to have that much control over the players anymore because they'll be going to their clubs.
And like, didn't Ego talk about, yeah, I got my, he's just low key aura farming, talking about, yeah, I will make Japan win the World Cup. So what was all that for?
Yeah, but I know I kind of just
He
want
said
Ego to
iron.
like lose it
Ego.
once.
I want Ego to kind of like. I want him to. Maybe I'm not as right. Maybe I'm not God. He literally compared himself to God when he was talking to Buratsuta. So I'm not
I
gonna
just
lie.
right. I need
yeah.
Ego to lose
Squawks
a
is
whole
right.
time.
Didn't Barca tell Ego that if you don't win the tournament, they're finished?
Yeah,
No, I think Barca is just like gonna take control of this shit. But
Yeah,
even
but
yeah,
again, it's
but
like
by firing Ego though, he
Alright,
want
But then
yeah.
again,
again,
it's
y'all
like
want Barca
after
to
that,
lose that
all the blue
tournament.
look is gonna go to their clubs anyway. So
yeah, after the U20 World Cup, Ego is not going to be in control of the players anymore
yeah,
because
they're all gonna go do their own.
Rin's going to go to Spain, fucking Isagi's going to go to Germany.
Yeah,
We don't actually know what's gonna happen after the tournament
the
because
Well,
clubs.
sorry, I mean, clubs might change and stuff,
The clubs.
obviously, but if they
Baratsuta
go to
does
their
speak as
clubs,
if it's gonna keep going because he says he wants to take over the Blue Lock project.
yeah, but
Mm.
realistically, what's Buratsuta going to be like? I'm in control now, and Rin and Isagi are
Because
like, cool, we're
right
leaving
now,
then.
Everyone would be done.
the person that's managing, so basically the agent that's managing all the Blue Lockers offers is Ego,
Yeah,
and
exactly. So
I think Baratsuta wants in on that.
yeah, but by the time the World Cup ends, like the U20 World Cup ends, it's going to be too late. Isagi and Rin and whoever else are just going to be like, you know what? No, we'll just like go to any other club because all of them are going to want us.
Even if Japan loses, kind of like what Ego said after the U20 game. Even if they lose, Japan up. It's probably going to be like because remember we want to make Japan the hottest place for football. That's what they
Mhm.
said, right? For they want to make it the hottest place.
Yeah.
The fans, right? The investors, the fans, the clubs, they're gonna see low key all these new gens playing in this tournament. Potentially France versus Germany, if that theory is correct. France versus Germany final. Japan versus whatever. All of this stuff, bro, and they're gonna money. Even Barasusa wins. Everyone wins. Even if they lose, everyone kind of wins. They won.
Yeah, I think Japan coming third is like, in my mind, the best situation.
And then, right, they come third. Isagi reflects. Maybe Chigiri breaks his fucking ACL. I don't know.
Although I don't know,
Mia goes blind.
it kind of like depends. Like, how you think the U20 World Cup should kind of depends on how you think the story will continue after the U20 World Cup.
Yeah. Then and for me, I've got no clue what happens after.
I kind of just want the story to end
This-
after. Like, I
No
basically
way.
want the My Hero situation where
I,
they do the U20 World Cup and then they time skip.
I want it's because in the NEL, right, with Chris Prince saying I want to destroy Isagi, Isagi declaring war on Noah, I think it is all heading towards like at least us seeing 2 games of the actual World Cup. Not all of the games. We're not seeing all. Don't get greedy. We
I
can't go on
can't
for that
see
long.
it. I just can't see it ending there because I don't think that's where the conclusion of the project was in the first place. The project was always to create the world's best striker to
Yeah,
win Japan a World Cup.
yeah.
That's the whole premise of the
Yeah.
project. To
I just
create the
think
world's
like
best striker to win Japan the World Cup.
the NEL, other than the 3 goal limit thing,
NEL is
it's already going to be really similar. Like match wise, it's going to be really similar to this. So then, if they do a World Cup arc and possibly a Champions League arc, those are going to be even more similar to this.
We are not getting Champions League, guys.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I just think
NEL
it's.
is the Champions League.
I
That
just
is
think
the
like
Champions
I
League.
love Blue Lock in terms of like I think it's really fun to read and whatever, but I just feel like by the time we've had genuinely like 13 90-minute full matches in a row, it's just going to be like, Jesus, this is too much.
It's also going to get a bit predictable, which I don't really want the story to go down.
I mean, that is kind of my thing. Like, if they have a World Cup arc, I feel like Japan not winning would be really weird.
I think the only thing that will be predictable is maybe who wins, because obviously Japan has to win certain games, right? But I don't think the matches themselves will be that predictable. Just think about the U20 match. That was a whole 90-minute match. But could you have predicted who was going to score first? Obviously, you could probably predict who was going to score last, but could you have predicted who was going to score first? Who was going to score first for Blue Lock? How the whole Shido thing was gonna go in the first place? I didn't predict Shido scoring 2 goals.
Did you
So
not?
no, I didn't, and I didn't predict Barrow scoring either.
Did you not?
No,
Uh,
I mean, he
I
was on the
didn't.
bench, so
do you
we couldn't-
guys?
I
you
just
guys
assumed
think-
that whenever anyone gets subbed in, they're going to score a goal.
No,
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 not
Iori?
necessarily.
Okay,
I mean-
sorry. Whenever anyone, like, whenever a forward gets subbed in, like, I didn't think Corona was going to score a goal in the DXG match.
No, I actually didn't think he was gonna score.
But, like, it's 3-2. They have to score 2 more goals if they're going to win, and they just subbed on Barrow. It's like,
Well, my thought
probably
process,
Barrow and
someone's
Isagi
gonna
will
take
score, I don't
advantage of the chaos created.
Barrow.
know.
To be honest,
I mean-
not to glaze, I predicted most of the game, but that's because I thought the U20 game was kind of predictable.
I think it was pretty. I thought that Yuki and Otoya were both going to get like fucked over by the plot, which they kind of did.
Yeah, kind of were.
Can Yuki score at least 1 goal in the U20, please? Like, fingers crossed. I need something.
Nah, he takes his shot, gets stopped by Aiku, enters
He
flow,
scored-
takes
he
his shot,
scored
gets
though,
stopped
like,
by Aiku, who enters flow.
he scored a goal, hasn't he? Like,
No, he has scored. He scored a sword screw in the NEL, but like I mean,
Funnily
like
enough, Yuki has literally scored 1 on-screen goal.
I need.
no,
I
wait,
need him.
he scored in third selection though.
No,
Oh well,
No,
Nagi
no,
stops
no,
it and takes the shot.
Nagi takes a shot. He doesn't actually score it.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Yuki has scored
Yeah.
1 on-screen goal
think
in his
Yuki-
entire life.
Yuki,
And hasn't scored a single gyro shot.
No, the
Yuki
only
needs to
the only
score a
time he
gyro
scored
shot.
was like a
By
knuckleball
Rio.
gyro shot fusion thing.
Like every goal he made was off screen. So yeah.
Yeah, he is like
Yuki
he is a
needs
weird
to
character.
score. Yuki needs to
I
score.
hate Yuki so much.
He's
I
not
love
like it, that's what.
Yuki Miya.
I
Yuki
just
Miya's
think Yuki Miya is just worse than Barcha in unironically kind of
I
every
mean,
way.
they both have their specific play
They-
styles. Barcha is
They
just
are
creating.
they are compared to each other a lot. If you reread it, they are compared to each other a lot. Whenever they talk about dribbling, they always do.
Yeah, but I always look at it and I'm like, yeah, Yuki looks so much worse than Barcha.
But it's like, okay, then I think you could
Only
say the
thing
same for
Barcha has
Corona
to
and
lose-
Hiyori.
The only thing Barcha has to lose is his
Legit.
sanity. He doesn't have any problems, physical problems. He's just good.
Yuki
Yuki is losing his
one of
vision.
the,
Yeah,
Losing his vision.
bro, I
Yuki's
hope
one
he
of the
loses
best
it
written.
quick.
Yuki's one of the best written characters in Blue Lock, though. I
Yeah,
don't
that's
care
what I'm
what
saying.
anyone says. He's the best
That is,
written.
he ain't on characters for no reason.
I kind of
I
agree,
think he's
but I
like
also think
Yuki in a
Yuki is
fist
not
fight.
I think Yuki's character is not very difficult to write.
Not necessarily. Yes, I think so, because it's like you have to. I think people shit on Yuki, and then when you reread the Manshine game, Isagi's the biggest hypocrite of all fucking time. Like I think
Yeah, but it's
people are reading that
Isagi. What do
shit.
you want, bro?
No. People let Isagi get away with a lot of stuff. In the Manshine game, he's doing the exact same thing he's critiquing Yuki of doing. He's doing this. That's the whole. That's why they apologize to each other at the end. They're both wrong. They're both in the wrong. They're
Mhm.
both in the wrong. I think Yuki gets a lot of shit.
Dub Queen, right? He says we need to play Germany because that should matter for Ego to compete against Noah.
What?
No, first of
Why
all,
would
Noah's
Ego
French.
What?
get Noah? That was
And
French, and
secondly,
Yeah,
And
talking about
God.
old man.
do not expect Master Strikers to be involved in this.
They're not.
No, they won't.
They're
They're
not
not
involved.
actually coaches.
Those guys are football players. They're not coaches, right? Don't
Also,
expect
Noah's
them to be
French.
involved in any of this U20 stuff.
Plus, even if you're talking about in like the World Cup, like later on, Noah's not going to be in his prime at that point. So it kind of is a
they
cop out
showed.
no matter what.
I mean, kind of sure, like, yeah, let's give Lavino in this latest chapter and just put him there. That's all. He's
Well,
not
I
gonna
don't
be
know
shown.
if Kaiser keeps evolving, Noah will be in his prime. That's the whole reason he came to that damn many yards. Kaiser
Well,
keeps
yeah, but
fucking-
Blue Lock just has like, if you're 50, but you
How
have a
old is
rival, you're in your
Noah though
prime.
right now?
Wait, isn't
Noah,
Snuffy like
wait,
no?
right,
Snuffy's
30?
38 and was putting up numbers against
Yeah,
Noah.
yeah, Snuffy's not
What,
not
30?
Snuffy.
No,
No,
Snuffy's
isn't Noah
38.
is Noah like 30 something? 40 something?
Noah's
30,
like 30 something.
Noah's 31 years old.
Really?
31. Noah's
Yeah,
31.
he's low 30s.
No, he's
Yeah,
31.
that means he's gonna be retirement age by the time,
Yeah,
man.
Lewandowski's gonna pack him up, man. Don't worry, man.
Yeah,
He's gonna
it's
be
gonna be
retirement
like
age by the
3,
time.
4, 5, maybe even more years
Snuffy's
before
gonna
the
be
World
on his
Cup
final
happens.
legs. He's only gonna be able to
You
sub
know,
on against Japan.
Yeah, Snuffy's from some random fuck country.
but
Yeah.
Malta, I
oh,
think.
he's from Malta. He's from Malta, which is actually crazy
Yeah.
because I think Malta was on one of those U20 tournaments. The country it actually was
Mm.
in one of the years. It was there. It was actually there. So
I
it's
don't know.
crazy.
Maybe Snuffy will just play for Italy.
I just think they give Snuffy like too much. Not like too much, but at the end of the short stick, you know. I
Nah, I
think
mean
if
Barrow
he
will
was
see him in the Italian league when Barrow goes to his club. You'll see him again. It's not over. Not over
I
for
mean,
him.
he said he wanted no. After Noah said Snuffy said he retired. He said he'd be a coach.
Yeah, Barrow's going to Ubers though, for real, 100%. He's not going to
Mm.
any other club. He's going to Ubers. He's going to Juventus. So
Leo99 says, is there something that you want to see but you know that it probably won't happen? I want Gagamari to be the reason why Japan wins a game because the rest of the team just can't get it together.
that'd be amazing.
I mean,
I
That'd
want
be
that.
really good.
Leo, I want that, but against the new Gen 11 goalkeeper.
Yo, if
I want.
if the whole team is in chaos and Gagamar just comes up and say, "Yo, lock in," and like just bumps their head together, like, "Yo, chill."
No, as in like maybe Blue Lock is like 1-0 ahead or something, but bro, we can't get no more goals. Just defend. Gagamari,
yeah, goalkeepers are always
save,
like
save.
weird to rate because in theory, like no matter how many saves they get, you can't win without a goal.
Yeah, you can't
So
win.
it's like you can make the argument that Gagamaru is the reason why they won the U20 match.
Yeah, no way.
Like he has tons of saves, but
Yeah.
at the same time, it's like kind of hard to say that, to be
I
honest.
I just want Gagamar to just stop a Kaiser Impact, bro. A Predator Eye Kaiser Impact coming from a blind shot, and he just stops it last second.
I would
Bro,
like.
What
Gagamaru is
I
not
want to
that
see,
good, bro.
I want
He
to
will be.
see,
Trust.
I want to see Blue Lock win a game without Isagi and Rin on the pitch.
Nice.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
I mean, everyone's wanting fucking Barrow and Shido to duo in one game.
that'd be crazy. I don't know how that
That
works,
isn't
but
bad. That isn't bad. I mean,
they
that's kind
they
of
need they need someone to be able to
I
knit them together, and I don't know who to do it.
my
Get
one.
Hero to do it.
I want after the game with Spain, right? The Japan beat Spain. I want it to be a parallel scene to when Sai told Rin in the U20 game that Isagi is the future. I want Bunny to be like, "Oh yeah, man, Rin is the future, bro." Like I want that. I want that. I want to see Sai's face. I want him to
Ah,
feel it.
that'd
I
be
want him to feel
funny.
it.
Oh,
That'd be hilarious and shit. Like a
Bro, if
reverse
Bunny's
preview.
just like, damn, Sai,
No,
your
that
brother's
Rin
pretty
guy
good.
is
But he's like,
cat.
oh,
That
that
Rin is
Rin guy
sick.
is really good striker, unlike you,
Yeah.
Sai.
It's like,
That
holy
would be the
shit, Sai,
most. That would
you
be
may
the
be
most.
trash, but your brother's
he
yeah.
can.
kind of
He
not
can.
that
He
bad.
can actually.
gotta be
That
Your
would
like,
little
be
yeah,
the
brother can
most.
actually
That
keep
would be
up
the
with me.
most. That would be the most cathartic moment. That would
Bro,
be the
I
best.
hope
So
Bunny
good. Oh
Bunny
my
is just
days.
like, damn, Rin's pretty good, but that Isagi guy's kind of
yeah,
not good.
Again,
It's kind
I'm
of
about to pull out. I'm about to pull out the knife and say, bro, you about to turn to Kakashi, bro. Ready?
So, and then I also just want to see Sai. I just want Sai and Rin to just reconcile. I need them to just talk. Like it's just miscommunication between those two. Just
see.
talk. Talk.
I kind of want. I mean, I don't know if this will actually happen, and especially based on Rayo's current training. But before Rayo's training became to copy with the BLUELOCK 23 or whatever, I really wanted like before Sai and Rin linked up again, for Rayo to copy Sai and for that to be like a pre-Rin and Sai linking up again.
Yo, just imagine he does that and so, I like fucking Rin season is like, yeah, I want him. I'm just imagining Rin would just crash out for some reason.
I want to see a side crash out. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bunny just gets
I
a
want-
hat trick against
I
Japan
want
and
Sai
Sai
to stop
melts down.
acting nonchalant and actually be chalant.
What if Isagi tells Sai to look the fuck in? What if it's like Isagi is the
I
one
can
that's
see that
like,
happening.
why you being a bitch?
I can
See,
that.
I can see that happening, but I just think it should be Rin.
It
Like,
should be,
I think it should
Nah,
be Rin if that happens.
Rin isn't that type of guy, bro. Rin puts
no,
on.
Ren
That's
would say that. Ren
literally
would
not
say that
true.
shit.
Rin
No, Ren would
literally
say that
tells
shit.
No,
Isagi to stop
Rin puts on
crashing out
facade,
in the
bro.
U20 match.
No, I'm saying in a matter like his brother is struggling. He Rin just comes up like, bro, what happened? Not give him a prep talk and like talk to his
Nah,
older.
Rin.
No,
would,
Rin
yeah.
wouldn't give him. What Rin would do is like, bro, I'm trying to chase you, and you're kind of ass right now.
Yeah, like someone like what Raggy
Like,
said. Yeah.
what are you, bro? You need to actually be good, or what am I supposed to be? I don't want to be the brother of the guy that got beaten by Bunny.
Yeah, Rin just wants to be second best after Sai. That's literally Rin's.
Oh, yo, a
Penalty
crazy theory
shootout.
that's cracking in my head, bro. Oh my god.
Penalty
The
shootout would be sick.
Yeah, for
That
sure.
way you could have Gagamaru.
Who misses though? Who misses?
Dog, you can me and miss.
Yeah, bro.
He goes blind mid runner.
Oh
Bro,
shit.
That's dirty.
down
That.
on these blind dudes, bro.
So wait,
That's
hold on, wait,
Nah,
wait, what?
actually, like, imagine that happened though.
Wait, guys,
Yukimiya
guys,
going blind
hold
in the
on,
middle
guys,
of the
hold
penalty.
on.
Imagine how sad that'd be.
Hold on. Why hasn't Yuki gone to get his eyes done? Like,
No,
it's 14
I mean,
days, bro. You better go take that plane to
true.
Ajax and go get his eyes fixed.
sure, he could have taken it, but he says didn't Isagi said like
Yeah,
clubs are
but the NEL's over now. Go to Ajax and fix your eyes. It's over. You can go fix them right now. Nothing's stopping them.
I will say, talking about penalties, who would you have as your like 5 penalty kicker lineup?
The first one has to be Rin, surely.
Rin,
Barrow.
Yeah,
Barrow.
we Rin,
No, fucking
Barrow.
Shido? Oh,
Yukigami. I'm
hell
having
nah, bro.
Yukigami.
Shido hitting the crossbar every time. Nope.
What?
What?
Considering
Nah,
that he is,
I'm
his
having
weapon is literally
Yukigami, bro.
in the box shooting.
Yeah, but his weapon
That-
is that he doesn't have to look at the goal in the box. That doesn't really
Well,
you
you
don't
can
have
just
to-
to a
stare at the
penalty.
floor.
You don't have to
He
look
can
at the
back
goal,
heel it
bro.
in.
Every
Yeah,
goal
he can.
made,
He'll
the ball was
do like a
in the
backflip
air.
shot.
Every goal he's made was in the air. He can't just do penalties.
Well,
To
that's
be
just
fair, he
like
does like flicking the ball up in the air even when he is in the box. That's true.
I will say for penalties, I'd have my 5th kicker as Butcher every day. Literally no pressure would get
Fifth
to him.
kicker, fifth has to be Isagi, surely.
yeah,
No,
for the
but
plot armor.
fifth has to be the player that like has perfect composure, and I literally like Butcher just doesn't get
Isagi
pressure.
perfect
Sai?
composure on a one-touch shot.
It's not.
It'd probably be a
It's not
side
really
Yeah,
a
but
direct shot, is
we're
it?
about to have Isagi there. Isagi about to be like monologuing. How the hell do I shoot this?
Yeah, exactly. Isagi's going to be like, "Oh, I need to score this, or we don't get
Nah,
through.
Isagi's
How do I do this?
he's gonna psych out the goalkeeper. He's gonna do what he did to Rin.
He's gonna
Also,
go
I mean,
full Emmy Martinez, even
like
though he's
99% of Isagi's weapons are literally non-applicable to
I'm
penalty
just
kicks.
saying, is it
doesn't mean he can't take a penalty.
Yeah, I think he should.
It's literally
maybe
smash
be in
the ball
5
from
kicker,
12 yards
but I
out.
wouldn't make him 5th.
And I'm saying like a 2-gun volley, like penalty kick. I don't know how that would be. Like he just
He like goes to kick with his left foot and then just
does a
jumps and
Rabona.
switches.
Does a Rabona with his left. He swipes his foot over like does a Rabona with his left and like swipes the chip.
Wait, how's
That would be ultimate aura though, scoring the winning penalty in a World Cup final with a Rabona.
I don't know if Isagi
No,
can pull it off. I'm not gonna lie.
if anything,
Isagi is a plot merchant. He will pull it off. Don't worry.
Who's most likely to chip the goalkeeper in a penalty?
Butcher.
Yeah, Butcher.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what? I really want to see a Bachira and Bunny interaction because Bachira would be like, "Where the fuck were you? I needed you, bro."
Yeah, my team was ass.
That'd be so funny if Bachira was like, "What the fuck? Like you were Bachira this whole time?"
You've been here
I
this whole
joined
time.
in season, bro. I couldn't join y'all.
Join. I join.
It'd be really cool if Bunny's just a fan of Barcha. He's like, yeah, I saw you on the TV. You're really creative.
Nah, bro, but Butcher loves football, and Bunny hates people that love things.
That's true, but I think it's just like the creativity, you know.
God, just imagine Bunny and Barcha reaction.
That would be crazy. Them on the same team. I don't want to. Actually, Champions League sounds scary, man. El Clasico sounds scary. Those two on the same team. I don't know. That's a bit.
Yeah, I got a jumping bunny and a fucking bee. All right.
Well, that's like the lineup, right? You have like Bunny as the center forward, and then Butcher and Lavinio as the wingers. It's like,
That
what
would
the fuck
be
do you do against that?
Yeah.
And then what? No, but then what? On Real, we got Kaiser, Sai, and Rindo. We could, you know, just like Madrid in real life, no organization.
No, that's true. What are the chances of Isagi taking a free kick?
Zero.
No.
Literally zero.
No, please no.
I
You
mean,
guys don't
you'd have,
rate it?
Negative.
you'd have to like practice like a lot. I don't know.
You
I
don't
don't
I
rate
think
it?
think the people that should be taking free kicks are basically just Barrow, Rin, Sai, and Butcher.
Wait,
None
hold
of them
on.
are on the
Maybe
pitch.
Hiyori.
Right,
None of
right.
them
You
are
said
on the
I'd
pitch.
give Hiyori a free kick
Right,
from
you
like
said
distance.
Yeah, if it's like a long distance one.
None of them are on the pitch. Who's taking it?
wait, what?
Why
know,
do you
I
have
was-
none of them on the
Rayo?
pitch? That's the
Wait,
question
are you
I'm
just
asking.
gonna wait? Are you just gonna say none of them are on the pitch until I have to say Isagi?
No,
No, just out
It'll
of the
get to
ones
the
you
point where
said.
I'm like,
Just out of the
I
ones
don't
you
know,
said. None of them are on the
Raichi?
pitch.
I don't know.
Just out of the ones you said, none of them are on the pitch. Does
It's
Isagi
like Rayo. Rayo's probably good. He's good at everything.
Yeah, right.
Rayo's not on the pitch.
yeah.
Um,
Raito, you know about football.
ah,
I watch football as
Yeah.
much, but I don't really know. But when you take a free kick, if you're like you're doing a fake with another person, like you go over the ball. If your
Mhm.
foot touches the ball, does that mean you can't do the free kick anymore?
No, it means you've taken the free kick.
Oh, if your leg touches it, like the ball just a little bit.
Yeah, it's already taken then.
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
not called
I was
it's not
thinking
called
like
free
if I
kick.
would like create a plan but not shoot the ball.
Yeah, you can do that. It's basically what Shido did.
yeah. You can have someone like fake the run or whatever.
But like if he touches the ball, that the moment he touches it, he can't touch it again until someone else touches it. Because
And
the
also,
free
as
kick's
soon
already
as he
been taken.
touches it, the wall can start
Imagine
moving.
a direct shot, but it's a version of Shido's goal, like the dragon drive.
Yeah. So if someone lays Isagi off and he direct shots
Can
it,
Isagi jump that high though?
No,
no, he wouldn't need to jump though. Why does he need to jump?
I mean, like the way Shido like jump high, I'm like he went over like Chigiri's head.
Yeah, but Shido did that because like he's Shido, innit?
yeah, I mean the dragon drive was like almost the opposite of
Like-
an Isagi direct shot.
Curve upwards, like direct shot. How would that look?
It was like drive shots are unironically kind of the opposite of Isagi's shots, which are all basically just straight lines.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't mind it. I would like that would be so hype.
Yeah. I personally think Isagi can bag a kick. I do
Yeah,
think.
I feel like he might do a back heel
Yeah,
shot.
but like, how is Isagi gonna get through the wall?
Under the wall.
What do you mean? What if they don't jump?
Yeah, but the most likely.
That's happened before.
They most likely will
Yeah,
jump.
but the thing
The
is, what?
most likely.
Like
Gonna,
use that to his use it to his advantage.
Also, what do you mean under? You'd have to have like such insane precision to get it right under their feet.
I mean, wouldn't does
No,
People
drive
have
it
pulled
low.
it off before, but there's literally a tactic that automatically counters that, and that's literally to get a dude to lay down
Yeah.
behind the wall. So the
Well-
wall jumps, and the dude laying down blocks any shots that go under it.
Yeah, that the
Literally
draft,
everybody
draft
does
excluder, but obviously you're not gonna hit a low free kick if there's a draft excluder. You know,
Yeah, so now Isagi can't shoot low. What does he do now?
he shoots a direct shot.
he lays
Yeah,
the
into the wall.
Yeah.
No, pass people's. Do you know
Oh,
Isagi's accurate?
oh,
Yeah,
imagine
he's
that.
accurate,
Oh,
but if he has to curve the
He
shot,
can choose to hit
around
the
the
ball
wall.
past someone's head. He doesn't have to hit their head.
yeah,
No,
but
but
he'd
wait,
have to
hold
curve it around the wall.
yeah, wait,
He
hold on.
wouldn't have to
Isagi
curve it
has,
around the wall.
Isagi has shown to shoot like a curved direct shot back in the second selection.
Listen,
Okay, well, first
yeah,
day,
but
second
regardless
selection.
of that, he doesn't necessarily have to curve it, right? He can.
No, but literally,
Isagi, wait. Isagi's whole thing is predicting, right? Predicting stuff. What if he decides, right, this guy looks weak, maybe he's gonna duck a little bit, or maybe he's gonna turn. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and get through that gap there.
Oh, wait. No,
Kind of
Isagi
like,
doesn't do like karasu
oh.
analysis. Isagi has
No, I think it's
whatever it's
more
called.
like.
Isagi has protagonism, which doesn't work on side characters.
No, it works on every.
I don't know. I've never seen him do it on a no-name.
He just need. He
Because
just
they're a
hasn't
no
had to,
name. They're too
because
busy
every
getting
no name
polarized anyway.
he bitches.
He's like, oh,
he
what if
literally
this guy's
bitches every no
protagonism?
name character he
Shit,
goes
Kaneshiro
against.
didn't give him one.
Yeah, but he literally bitches every no name character he goes against. The amount of
Yeah,
times Isagi does
okay,
off the ball
sure.
movement against shit players.
I
It's
mean, okay,
crazy.
yet Rin dribbles past everyone. Does that mean he has prediction as a weapon? No,
No,
he's
but
just
Rin-
better, man.
Rin, well, we know what Rin's method is. Well, with his like destroyer style dribbling, and that's physical countering.
Mhm.
Like he counters you in a physical battle.
Not anymore.
Like-
Now he just does crash shots.
I
Yeah, he
mean,
does that on purpose.
he was able to call Isagi's bluff and like crush into Kaiser instead.
Yeah, what a.
But yeah,
I mean,
but Rin does have like decent prediction because he managed in the second selection when he scored his free kick, he did anticipate all of Isagi's
The whole
thoughts.
game was between Isagi and Rin, like both were
Yeah.
really game, both nice. Like
But that was
literally in that free kick goal, he, as I said, anticipated all of Isagi's kind of inner
and
monologue
Isagi
there
can do the
and knew
exact
that he
same.
wouldn't jump.
look, I still.
And
I mean,
Isagi can
I
do the
will
exact
never
same thing.
not. I will never stop talking about this, but I just think like the U20 destroyer flow or like destroyer mode or whatever is so much cooler than the PXG destroyer mode.
I mean, would it have a variant? Would it have any different variants of it? Why?
What it is like the U20 destroyer mode is
Is a
like
fucking
more
monster?
calculating because we see more so displayed in the anime, but it's shown that he like actively like analyzes the opponent he's going up against and then uses his physical countering on them.
Yo, wait,
whereas in
Dedu, you watch Analog Horrors?
nope.
Damn, I
What
was
is
about
it?
to give Analog Horrors.
No.
I've heard of them.
I watch them.
Yeah, I was about to say Rin's aura about to look like the boiled one. I don't know. Y'all know it, but I think Raggy, I don't think you know it either. But yeah,
No, I know it. Why wouldn't I know it?
like you know how the boiled one look. I'm thinking like that's how Rin will look.
Yeah,
Aura
but
will
why?
look.
Why don't you think I'd know it? Do I not give you the vibe of someone who watches horror stuff?
I don't.
I watch horror. I just like watching the really gory movies. I don't like jump scares.
I hate those movies. I just don't watch them at all.
All right, Dedu.
I just like
I'm kind of like
psychological
them.
stuff.
All right, Dedu,
That
what you were
too.
saying? You were saying, Dedu?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt this conversation.
No,
I was going to say, because, the U20 destroyer mode is shown to be calculative. Rin analyzes his opponent's physical specs and counters them, whereas the one in the NEL is just a lot more volatile.
Yeah,
and
it really does feel like
you. I'm just going to absolutely aura farm on you, but it's not actually
exactly.
aura
For me, it
farming
really feels
because
like he goes from like, oh, Naru's fast, so I have to do this. Oh, Neo's strong, so I have to do this. To like, oh, it's Raichi, Hiyori, and Kurona. I'll just like beat them because that's shit.
Fury isn't.
That's kind of just what it feels like to me. He just like is like, oh, these guys are bad, so I'll just win. Easy.
Okay. Anyway, that's kind of like the differences between the two versions, and I can see why preferring the U21 is highly bad.
Bro, Leo, what are you talking about? Sendo? I want Sendo to steal a goal from someone. Oh, GG's.
Bro, I would be it would be like so, to no one other than me, but it would be so goated if Sendo stole a goal from Isagi.
Yeah, like imagine
so funny.
Imagine like running past Isagi just for the one time only, and Sendo just bursts into the sea and intercepts the pass.
Yeah, imagine we just get like a frame by frame copy of Baru's U20 goal, but it's just Sendo.
No, yeah,
Nah, really. What I want is obviously Sendo's playstyle was that of a shadow striker.
yeah.
What if, ready, this is another like gag theory, but ready, isagi goes for a shot, but due to Sendo gaining the ultimate power of the shadows, he becomes the absolutely
Oya's
phenomenal
ability.
shadow striker that can even evade metavision due to his abilities, and he comes out of Isagi's blind spot and just takes the ball from him, shoots his phenomenal DM driver straight into the bottom corner, and immediately goes to celebrate with the Hollywood actress he saw in Row B about 25.
Yeah, bro.
He memorized her exact seat of anywhere
I
in the
mean,
stadium. He
Nah,
memorized
I
people.
think Sendo definitely scoring a goal.
Yeah, I think
I
surely.
don't think it's gonna be a sneak goal. I don't think it's gonna be a rebound. I think he's just gonna score a goal where someone's gonna pass him the ball and he's gonna score.
I kind of agree with what Leah's saying of Sai assisting Sendo's goal.
Yeah.
You're
I
right.
think that'd be like a
Have to
cool
score my
callback
pass this
to
time.
Sai calling him a bum.
Sendo's like, how you like me now?
Yeah. Sai's just like, shit, this guy's in a good position. God, I guess I have to pass.
Yeah, he'll miss anyway. I'm still going to
It's
be
like, I'll
Japan's
miss, and he
number
scores,
one
and Sai's like,
all-star.
fuck, why didn't I just pass to Isagi?
Like it'll literally be Sendo in an amazing position, all the other options locked down. Sai's like, damn it, if he scores, he's going to get so much aura. Nah, he's crap. I'm going to pass him and he's going to miss. He's going to look stupid and I'm still going to be Japan's number one aura farmer. Passes it to Sendo. Sendo waxes DM driver bottom corner, and then he absolutely aura farms on site and gets all of the Hollywood
I
actresses.
hope that, like,
all at the
Sendo is in
same
the
time.
ultimate position, and Sai is like, yeah, but, like, I'll just pass to Isagi, because, I don't know, Sendo's cringe.
I mean, we
I
see
refuse to pass to you, Sendo.
Yeah, Noah did the same shit. So yeah.
No, if Gagamaru scores a goal in the U20 World Cup, I'll actually cry. That would be like genuinely the worst thing I've ever written.
No,
That'd be
imagine,
sick.
It'll be
Hey,
like
last minute,
Allison versus
it's
West
a
Brom.
corner.
no,
Last minute, goalkeeper decides, you know what, F it. I'm going in. Goes in the
It's like,
box.
no. I'm saying, imagine this.
And
They're in a final counter. Gagamara runs up. Everybody's shocked. Like, what
what
the
for?
hell is
Why is he
Gagamaru
running
doing?
up?
I don't.
bro,
I'm just saying.
I swear people somehow think Gagamaru is a good forward.
No, but he's good reaction. He's got good reaction. So
He's
imagine
just a
this.
really bad Shido.
Imagine this, right? Like hear me out. Imagine this, right? It's last minute, right? We have a corner. Gagamaru decides, let me go into the box because that's something goalkeepers do, right? Let me go
Yeah,
into the
he's
box
also
for the
really
corner.
athletic.
Yeah. The ball comes in, a bunch of ricocheting all over in the box, right? Someone takes a shot, it gets blocked off the line. The ball's in the air. And what do you know? Gagamaru's there.
With a
Boom!
bicycle kick.
See, that's my thing is like, I agree that
Bicycle
it would
kick
be
right
cool.
into the bottom corner.
It'll
Yeah,
be
like,
like that
I
bicycle
genuinely,
kick that goalie scored in 2018.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
so I genuinely think it would be cool if Gagamaru scored a goal. But my issue is like, at least in the NEL, Gagamaru already got so little actual stuff to do as a goalkeeper. It's like if they take away his goalkeeping to give him a goal, it's like no,
It
he's a
wouldn't be taken
goalkeeper. Just
away.
let him save shots.
It wouldn't be taken away because it would literally be the end of the match because that's
No.
normally
But
the only
my
time
point is
goalkeepers go
like,
to the box.
it's kind of a meme, but Gagamaru was basically just only allowed to save one goal every single NEL game. And so it's like, if they take that one save away so that he gets this shot, it's like, I just give him the save, bro. He's a goalkeeper. Just let him be a goalkeeper.
Yeah, but I feel like in the Manshine game he saved more than one, didn't he?
No, he's not in the Uber
No.
game. He saved 2 shots. He saved 2
Yeah,
games.
Ubers as well. Yeah.
What
Like
was the second shot?
Barrow shot against Barrow shot. Kunagami blocked it. Aiku Sendo went for it for the rebound. Gagamaru jumped up, caught it, and gave them
That's
the
not okay. That's not saving a shot though.
We are saving it because literally,
It is save if it's going.
Also, look, I'm not gonna lie. Look, Gagamaru, in my opinion, and it's objective, by the way. This is an objective opinion.
It can't be an opinion. Can't be objective. Though.
Well, you're wrong because this one is.
Well, actually, by
Gagamaru's
definition, an opinion is stated to be the subjective beliefs of one or
Well,
multiple
I'm about to
people,
break the
never
definition.
believed to be a universal
I'm about
truth,
to break the
therefore
definition.
unable to
It's
be
my
objective.
opinion.
Let's give him the benefit.
The definition of a fact is a universal law that applies to all situations, is objectively true, and must.
See, my opinion, which is objective,
Whoa.
So you're
whatever
trying to
the
claim it's a
definition
fact.
is, my opinion is objective, is that Gagamaru's value is the most messed up value in the NEL.
Why?
Because he gains 28 million after his first game, and then he gains 4 million after the Ubers game where he stopped barou and did a couple other things.
It's because
And
we
then
know
he
he
regained 28 million after the PXG game where he only did one thing.
Yeah, that was like a last second save. Isn't that important though?
Yeah,
but my point
it
is,
was a game-winning
how
save.
did he only get 4 million after all he did in the Ubers match?
Ubers,
That
they
was
already
like
know
his
he can
best
save.
match.
The thing is, right, you got to think about it in context, right? The first bid he gets is because they see, oh, he's a decent goalkeeper. Second bid he gets is because they already know he's a decent goalkeeper. Maybe no one else went in to bid for him as well.
I think they saw the U20 game and gave him 28.
Yeah, and then
but he just saved the 100 million guys shot. He scored a hat trick in the last game.
Yeah, exactly.
So why would they not give him a value for that? More than
because goalkeepers are criminally underrated.
They already saw him. What do you call it? Concede before that save.
I mean, he conceded 2 goals before saving Rin's shot. And
they
still gave him 28 mil.
But the save that he did make was to stop Rin's team winning the game.
Like literally, it was on the line, about to go in, and he had to stop it.
Yeah, but realistically, his save against Barou's goal was more impressive.
That would have been Barro's second goal. It wouldn't have done anything in terms of like the score.
But from a value perspective, from an actual club, why would they give bonus value to the game savings save when those don't exist in football?
Because those moments are the moments that champions are made.
Yeah, but my point is, there's no
literally
goal
that
limits.
save made his team the champions of the NEL. It's not. It literally did.
It did.
I mean, sort of.
Yeah, I mean, it did.
So did every single other save.
The ball was going in.
No. But so did every other save Gagamaru made, because if he didn't make them,
shows how. And that just shows how criminally underrated goalkeepers are.
No, I agree that goalkeepers are criminally underrated. But if you compare his value to Fukaku's value, why?
Fukaku literally got that value boost because he is so terrible he couldn't have earned it by himself.
Exactly. Fukaku made it to 28 million. And in that time frame, Gagamaru got a 4 million bump.
Now that's egregious. I mean, there's so many other players you could have said instead of Gagamaru, like
no. But my point is relatively.
Even you could have even said Hiyori's first bid was kind of wild.
Yeah, true. 20 mil.
Yeah, 20 mil was very reasonable.
What do you mean 20 mil was very reasonable? That bet
20 mil for a guy who showed up, played really well for 2 minutes or whatever, and then
literally got the best assist we've seen.
The best defender in the world got juked by him 2 times in a row.
Yeah, to be fair, actually, take Hiyori out of that list because Hiyori was actually sick.
How did he only get 20?
Yeah,
I mean,
it should have been higher because Kiyora's one was higher, was it not?
Yeah, but Hiyori. Well, firstly, Kiora played the full game, And secondly, Kyora's game was in the final
but
round.
Kiora
where
played the
bids
whole
were
game.
inflated.
The
Kiora-
Kiora played the whole game. You
Kiora
wouldn't have
only-
known he was even on the pitch, my bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, but my
Kiora-
point is,
Kiora only
Hiyori
played a couple
really
seconds.
well for 5 minutes or whatever it was. But that literally gives no information about stamina, endurance, consistency.
But didn't he play in the next game for a whole 90 minutes? Like, so what's the problem?
Yeah, so his
We're talking just
done
about
after
his
that.
performance in Ubers at the moment.
His
Basically,
performance in
between
Ubers
his performance there and his 20 million bid.
Yeah,
I mean,
his performance
should
in
be
Ubers
higher.
match was really good, but it literally gave zero information to the bidders other than he is a good passer and dribbler for the first 5 minutes of a game, I think.
Yeah, but the thing is that Kiora basically only played the game for like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
That's all the screen
Well,
time.
no. Kiora played the game up until his assist, and throughout
He didn't
that
play
time
anything.
Did he? I didn't even
Anything.
notice.
No. So he didn't do anything, but by the time he made his assist,
it shows that for most of the game, Kiora can't do crap.
Yeah,
It
but my
shows
point
that
is, what Kiora's game showed is that within the time period it took for him to make his assist, he had enough stamina and endurance to keep up that level of play.
Because he
the
didn't
assist.
do anything.
Well, I mean, he showed up
I mean,
on
I
screen
would
a
hope
bunch.
he has
just got
stamina,
cooked
because,
a
bro,
bunch.
like, the guy did nothing the whole game.
What do you
If you think
mean
about
he
it-
did nothing? He was running around
Yeah,
trying to take
said
the
running around.
He was running around.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
ran around
that's
and
called
doing nothing.
stamina draining. Hiyori
Yeah.
did none of that in his game because he
But
didn't have any
Hiyori
time
actually
to.
did stuff.
Yeah, he did
Yeah.
less. Yeah.
Literally,
But my point
he
is,
ran up and
from
down the
a
pitch the whole
stamina
time.
and endurance point of
Hiyori
view,
literally blocked a barrel shot the moment
He
he
did
came
both.
up.
Exactly,
yeah,
he did
that's
both
not as
defensive.
stamina or endurance in like
He's
heavy
using
as running
Metavision.
around for
Hold on,
20, 30
okay.
minutes.
He's literally using Metavision, something that drains stamina quicker.
Okay, so firstly, no one can tell if someone's using Metavision because it's
Homie,
how do you
you're saying
see that?
Hiyori has it. Hiyori doesn't has it.
Yeah, but if you're watching Hiyori's game, you can't go, he's
Yeah, it's not
definitely
like-
using Metavision. Look at that.
It's not like his eyes actually like change. From
Like,
an
look at
outside
Kaiser,
perspective,
Kaiser
from an
did-
outside perspective, their
what
eyes
you know
don't
is
I
that
change.
just
he's
can't. I
playing
just
well.
can't see how you can prop up Kiora against Hiyori right now.
That's
I
not
Because
don't-
Kiora played a full game and showed endurance and stamina.
And
Yeah, but
Hiyori did none of that.
Homie, you're like going 50-50 with yourself. Hiyori did the same thing that you're saying, implying that Kiora did as well.
Yeah,
No,
but
Hiyori did
didn't
none
do
of what Kiora
shit
did.
during that 90-minute though.
No, but okay, I'm not saying Kiora did well. I'm saying Hiyori showed zero stamina because he
Yeah, but
only
what does that
played for
matter
5
in
minutes.
terms of valuation? In the shorter amount of time, Hiyori showed way more than what Kiora showed.
Yeah,
in the
except
whole
he
time.
showed zero stamina or endurance because
Yeah, but
he
what
played
matter?
for no
But
time.
he did
It
show.
doesn't make any sense.
But that doesn't matter though. Even if he did or didn't, that doesn't matter because he showed he had value.
Not if if they
hold on.
bid 40 mil or whatever for him, and then in the
That'd
next
be
match
fair.
he showed that he could only play at full capacity for 10 minutes, they would have been fucked. So they were like, we have no idea if he can
I
play
mean,
this well
stamina is something you
for
can
90
build.
minutes,
So
let's not bid on him that much.
stamina is something you can build. So I don't think they care that much.
You can build everything.
Bro, all I'm saying, bro.
There's some things you can't.
The thing is that Hiyori also did show stamina feats. Reason being is because that whole time that he was on the field, he was also non-stop running, but he was also completely involved in basically every single action of play, something that Kiora wasn't. If you watch actual like football games, usually players that aren't involved in the play actually spend most of their time just jogging about.
Yeah, but
Not
Kiora
always
was
all
involved in like 4 or 5
He was
plays.
not involved.
He
Never.
was.
He was
didn't even
involved
make
in a
a
couple
tackle.
panel.
The only thing that you saw was him being blocked off by
He
Kara.
already
Yeah,
didn't make a
meaning he had
single
to
tackle,
move
bro.
to the ball and move
And
to the
lost.
players.
He
Every player was
completely
moving to the
lost.
ball
That's
whenever
I'm
he
not
came close
saying
to
he
them.
won the checks. I'm saying he showed that he had the stamina to
Why are we
keep
talking
up
about
a level of
stamina right now
play.
when we're talking about someone who has metavision?
What level of play though? What level of play was he displaying
The level
that
of
shows that his
play
stamina
making
is
one of the
better
best
than
passes
He was
in
Hiyori,
the game.
then he was running around, bro.
who was directly involved in every single basically every single action of play on both an offensive and defensive
defense,
basis, showing the ability that he can non-stop run, even in a short period of time. Running for 5 minutes straight still takes a lot out of you as well. And he
Good point.
also achieved some of the best quality of feats that we have seen from a character in the series. He managed to do a solo dribble against actual players that are, narratively better defenders. Like we've seen Barcha run through Reo, Nagi, Zantetsu's team in the first selection, but they're all complete cannon fodders, not even defenders, hardly comparable at this point. And now we've got like Hiyori being able to run through an actual U20 team
U20.
that has players who are defenders, and also be able to like beat and deceive Lorenzo, who was the highest valued defender in the entirety of the NES.
IQ
Well,
was there.
except
On
he
top of
didn't
this,
really
there was also
deceive Lorenzo.
He
he did
did.
deceive Lorenzo.
He
He
did.
did.
No,
This
he
Lorenzo
made
was
a
looking around like,
made a
where
fake
is he?
pass or shot.
Yeah,
and
he deceived Lorenzo.
Yeah, except what was
Lorenzo
Lorenzo
was
going to do?
literally
Just
looking around.
let
There was a
him make the
panel of
pass?
Lorenzo. There was a panel of Lorenzo literally looking left and right
Right, he
to see
didn't
where
know where
he's gone.
Hiyori was. He
He
didn't know
did
where
not
Hiyori
know
was.
where he was, bro.
Yeah, but my point is, you can't say that Hiyori managed to deceive Lorenzo with a
He
fake
deceived
pass
Lorenzo.
slash shot.
That is
He did.
Because
literally deceiving.
Lorenzo
He
had
did.
two options.
Lorenzo did not know that shot was coming.
Yeah,
And
but Lorenzo had two options, which was let Hiyori just make that pass, which he could have just to continue to make, or move in and hope that Hiyori continues to make that pass. Like, what's he gonna do? Just let Hiyori hold on to the ball
Bro,
and
okay,
make
wait.
the pass
In-
that he was
so
faking and then lose?
so Stinky Raven makes a good point here. Tokimitsu showed all the stamina in the world and lost value.
Yeah, but Tokimitsu didn't do anything in the match.
Neither did
Neither
Kiora.
did
Kiora
Kiora.
literally did a single feat. Like, granted, it was a really good pass, but it's still a single
Neither did
feat.
Kiora.
Like, literally.
Tokimitsu.
Also, secondly, Tokimitsu didn't show as much stamina as Kiora because he didn't show.
Oh my! Bro, you are
At least Tokimitsu took down Noel Noah.
Yeah,
before,
but what
before
I'm
he could
saying
score.
isn't that Kiora showed he had amazing stamina. It's that he showed that he could play for an extended amount of time
But
and
what does that
then
matter,
make a
though?
consistently good play and then continue playing.
But what does
Bro,
that
you
actually
said
matter?
consistently, like it's something that he does every time.
No. What I mean is Tokimitsu showed as much stamina, but he didn't show the ability to actually make a good play despite the stamina. Whereas Kiora showed the stamina and the ability to make a play in the late game
And
after
the ability
stamina
to shadow the
and
rest of
then
the game.
continue
Right?
playing.
Crazy.
As opposed to like
Kiora
Kurona,
literally
who showed
shadowed
up,
the whole
did
game.
a couple things, and then lost
Bro.
stamina and went out.
Well, Tokimitsu and Kira did the same thing. Tokimitsu, late part in the game, 2-2. He's just slammed down Noah, and that's it. Kira came in. Kira's another example. He scored. He gave one assist and vanished the entire game.
Vanished. If he was a
vanished
ghost before the
before
assist,
and
and then
vanished
he was a
after.
ghost after the assist.
Like you
Like,
can't.
literally, you look at Hiyori's short but incredibly effective performance against Ubers, and then you look at Kiora's literal one-trick pony performance.
That's what I'm
But
saying.
he jogged about a bit, which shows he has stamina.
Hiyori even had a shot on target. Come on, like
Exactly.
a shot on target. He had an assist.
Like,
had
he was
dribbles.
going to
He had
score that if that
multiple
wasn't for
dribbles.
Sendo. Hiyori showed the ability to shoot, pass, dribble, defend,
Defend
and
as well, blocks.
run about constantly while always involved in play. Kiora didn't show the ability to shoot. He showed the ability to pass.
He didn't show the ability
literally-
to defend either.
He
He
even
just
has
ran for it.
anti-feats in defending. Like, he was absolutely fodderized.
Literally, bro.
And whereas, like you said, like Hiyori managed to, go up against Barou, the 100 million player.
Bro, the only thing I can say, if Kira had 1 feet of dribbling past Shido or Rin, then yeah, you'd have said had something.
Also,
Wait, hold on, give me a
realistically,
minute.
for Hiyori's value, you also have to take into the account the fact that everyone else on the entire pitch had played for the full game. And had been running around and
Yeah,
playing.
yeah,
And
that's
then he
true.
shows up with full stamina, full efficiency.
That is true. That is
It's like
true.
realistically,
again-
it's not as if you can just say because of this, it's obvious that he is able to dribble through Lorenzo.
No,
Full
I
stop.
hear that. I hear that, but I just still I fail to see what Kiora actually did that could even put him above anything Hiyori's done.
I'm not saying Kiora played better than Hiyori. I'm saying from a bidder's perspective, Hiyori showed nothing that could be applied to a 90-minute game with consistency because
But
he
what he did
showed
show,
for such little time.
but what he did show is in that little
Yeah,
time that
he
he was
Fine.
showed
on the
some
pitch, he was
amazing
super
stuff
effective.
against some really specific, like stamina drained players within a really short amount of time.
But then,
That's still
bro,
that's still
Lorenzo
more
doesn't.
valuable.
We don't even know if Lorenzo loses stamina.
Would
I need that.
Lorenzo didn't sweat, by the way, but that's still more valuable. That's still more valuable than a player that literally goes for 90 minutes.
Well, not 90 minutes, but yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't. Yeah, to be fair, it wasn't 90 minutes. It was a short time as well. But yeah, that's literally more valuable than the player that doesn't do anything
You gotta
for most
understand.
of the game.
Like literally,
Anyways, Jay says you
oh,
think the England New Gen 11 is gonna be from
and
livers.
will be
Yeah,
live.
probably.
I think that's the best bet. I do think that's the best bet. Um,
Wait, he's playing against his own like country in a way. I mean, all right.
no. So
Who? What?
he's asking do we think that the new Gen 11 for England is gonna be playing for Liverpool livers
No,
basically?
but if he's playing against livers, if he's in livers, he's gonna play against Manshine.
Yeah,
But
in
that's
in
because
the
they're in the
Premier
same
League,
league.
assumedly.
They're in the same league. So yeah, it's livers versus
Wait,
Manshine.
do you not like it's the Premier League where English
No, I'm not. No,
clubs?
I'm not saying anything wrong with it. I'm just saying, bro, that's true.
Yeah, yeah.
I
So
mean,
yeah, he
Bunny
will be
played
playing
against
against
his own country in the Copa del Rey.
Um,
I mean,
Vincenzo said Kiora
then again,
overrated.
Let's be okay. Actually, no. Kiora is overrated because people use his nagi feats to scale him, which is so bad. I don't know why people do that.
Back.
yeah, I mean, Kiora, he doesn't move me at the moment. I don't know, maybe in the future, but at the moment he doesn't move me.
yeah, if he
Uh,
shows more consistently, then yeah, he can be up there with some of them.
yeah,
But yeah, Hiyori still
Yeah, but
absolutely
just saying,
bloody silly.
but literally just saying, oh, he does this one amazing pass, like he's up there with Hero, like, bro, what?
Well, I mean, I think Kiora is the worst player of the top
I
two.
yeah, bro.
yeah. The
And
pass was
say
good though.
Glazer.
The pass was good. Like it was the perfect pass. I don't know how in what other scenario he's gonna be able to hit that pass though.
See, this is my issue with Flow, is that it's like impossible to scale anything.
Mm,
Because not only originally they've kind of changed how flow works, which originally it was like a thing that you subconsciously entered when you like found a challenge or whatever, and you could kind of feel the difference in how you played. And now it's kind of like a thing people enter pretty often, and like
yeah,
you can even like actively
But then
go
again,
after.
it's like the world class level, isn't it supposed to be that common?
yeah.
Well, it's like immediately after Shido's goal, Hiyori and Isagi just have a casual conversation going, well, let's just enter flow and then we can win. Easy.
I mean, I don't think Isagi can ever feel when he's in the flow, but
Yeah, no, Isagi can enter flow now. His flow is when he turns white, but it's in the same way.
When he turns white.
Yeah, yeah. When he turns his white mode is flow.
ultra
There's,
instant, bro. All right, Dragon Ball
there's
Z.
no
Bro,
name for it.
I swear.
There's no name for it. Just like how Rin's flow is when he has a load of sludge
I
around.
mean, Ariel, Ariel gave it a name like it's called Omnivision or something.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's so cringe.
but
I
that's
I
not
actually hate the whole
the canon name
Omnivision
for it.
thing.
Like we don't have a
Would
canon
you
name.
rather call it Metavision 2.0 or
No, because
Super
it's not
Metavision?
Nothing changed about his Metavision, bro.
Yeah,
Mm, then again, yeah.
Literally,
it's
his vision didn't change at
his
all.
vision doesn't actually change.
Yeah.
It's how he
So I'd
uses.
call it
No,
Metavision.
I think it's just his mentality. He's like
Yeah,
let go of
it's how
everything.
he uses it that
Yeah,
change.
let go of his feelings, and he becomes like that.
Well, it
We'll
kind of
call it
was.
robot mode.
It was kind of like unclear. Originally, it kind of felt like his true ego, quote unquote, was like to sacrifice anything to win,
Yeah,
which it kind of seems like it is. But he also did still just choose to absolutely roast Kaiser after scoring, which didn't
Why
really
not?
seem in line with sacrificing everything to win. But like Aura Farm, I guess.
No, I mean, like, when you mean sacrifice, what do you mean?
Well, what he was saying originally was he was like, I hate you, Kaiser, but like, we do kind of need to team up. Like, winning is more important than me scoring.
yeah.
Let's just play, and whoever scores, scores. And then as soon as he scores, he's like, Kaiser, you're fucking shit.
Yeah, because the
I
game
did
is
say
over. Like,
I
the
did
game is
say
over.
in that like because I did the chapter review for in that chapter, and I did say I think Isagi's lying to Kaiser here. He's saying he's gonna the player in the best position will receive the pass. But I think that if Isagi and Kaiser were in front of goals and Kaiser was open, Isagi's not passing it. I don't think he's passing
I
it.
mean,
Yeah, true.
I
Like,
think
then,
realistically, his like sacrificing everything to win,
no,
or like sacrificing his ego to
and
win.
there's another, and there's an other than Omnivision, there's another name that like Anime also gave it. It's like called 0 Point. Like he goes back to like his origins.
I just call it hyper metavision, bro, because
I
I
just
mean,
call
it
it.
could
I
be.
just call it flow.
I mean, it
yeah,
could.
Disqualified mode.
it's literally just flow. But
It's just flow. There's not even anything special about it compared to normal
No, I
flows.
guess I see why
I
it's called
mean,
like that
it's kind
because
of special when your kit turns white and your hair
Well,
turns.
what I mean is like it's like when people say like, "Oh, Nagi's aura is skulls and whatever," and it's like, "Oh, Butcher's aura changed and now it's
mm,
like the monster surrounds him,
no,
whatever." It's like, well,
Mm,
yeah, but
I
it is
guess
still just or like it didn't actually. It doesn't mean
no, I
anything.
guess I get where the vision thing came from because everyone when Isagi was doing it, he was running into this like meta vision tunnel. Otherwise, it's this like light at the end of the tunnel.
mm.
So I guess people might say, "Oh, it's a new vision that you unlocked." So I guess what that theory came about.
Well, there were a lot
It's
of
not a new
theories
vision
about
though.
that, but it
It
kind of
is
just
the same vision.
yeah, it
Um,
kind of turned out that it just was a visual thing.
yeah. Vincenzo asks who wins between Livers and Manshine.
I mean, canonically, technically, probably Manshine, but like if livers do have a new gen, then like maybe them.
Okay, yeah, it's gonna
I
be
actually
a tough.
have. Oh, go on.
That's a tough one because I think Manshine should be the ones to win it, but I do believe that the new gens at Livers, so I think Livers will be the one to win.
Yeah,
Yeah,
prediction
I
chat
do actually have a couple ideas on where if the new gen is from livers, like what their play style and position would be.
Mm.
I have two main ones, and that is centre back or centre mid, and they will represent slash kind of mimic the players either Jamie Carragher or Steven Gerrard.
Okay, Stevie G, yeah.
Yeah, just kind of create that parallel like they've done a lot.
I need uh, a um a new Gen 11 player that's not a forward. I just
I
want.
also want them to have the most heavy Scouse accent imaginable.
No,
When they get adapted in the anime, I want them to get the most Scottish dude they can find.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm still rocking with the whole Christian NG11. You
Which
just
one's that? What's that?
the theory I made the other in the other locker stream
Okay.
that did like a new gen like I don't know CDM being Christian like he loves praises to God and shit.
Ah, okay, okay. Yeah, yeah,
Literally
I
the new
remember.
Igaguri.
No, no, literally no. I'm saying like how Isagi says like I'm a god of soccer or something like he's gonna be like. Imagine he just scores a goal and it's like you can't be God because you know something like that comes with some crazy ass line.
He just drops a passage from the Bible.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And like he's
Just imagine, just like whenever he pops up, he just says a random Bible passage.
Yeah. I mean, that wouldn't be so bad. Like every time we just need God, you know. Tell that to Rin.
Oh, Stinking Raven. You know about Hitman Reborn? Yeah, that's nice. That's
0
nice.
points. Remember of that once when it.
Yeah. That's
I'm gonna hit
nice.
Reborn. Is that a movie?
Have you guys ever watched it? Hitman Reborn?
I've like heard of it. I've like seen it, but
It's
I haven't
old.
like watched it.
It's old. So
Wait, it's
like,
called Hitsman Reborn.
yeah, Hitman. It's
Hitman.
about mafias. It's about mafia, but like basically,
Well, yeah.
it's a show and it's superpowers.
Uh,
It's like a mafia story.
Oh, this show. Oh,
Yeah,
this.
the main character gets shot by hyper dying wheel bullets, and it basically puts him into this hyper dying wheel state where he's super cool. He's got five. He's
Sorry, that's
cool
just
as
not
fuck,
where I expected that
but like
sentence to go.
but like when he's not in this hyper dying wheel state, he's like the biggest. How can I say
fraud.
it that way? The biggest pussy,
He's just a bitch.
man.
Oh, true. Like
Like
I
he's
see
a
this
coward. He's
person.
scared all the time, but he's the boss of the mafia. And only when he gets hit by the dying wheel bullet does he ever turn cool and
I
fight.
see.
But it's sick, man. The animation's good. The story is okay.
Yeah,
I enjoy it, but
I'm
it's
gonna
quite
watch this after stream. Yeah, I'll check it out.
yeah, it's nice. It's nice. I quite liked it. Watched it ages ago though when I was a kid. But yeah,
Oh,
How old is
had
this
to
show?
move.
it
He had
must
to
have been
move
made
from
like
I
in the
think I've
0
seen
'60s or
like
point
an
straight
something.
through.
episode or two of it.
2005. Golly.
Yeah, bro, it's old, bro. I'm old. What do you mean?
Oh,
But the animation is actually good for that time period. It's very good for that time period.
oh.
Code Geass better.
Wait, Leo made a comment that I actually think has a good answer to.
Yeah, which one?
It's like the second most recent one. The one about Isagi and Kaiser calling each other by different names.
Is
I
it?
think that it's
Is it
actually.
bad that I want Isagi to respect Kaiser a little more?
I think it's more complicated than that. I think
basically what
so,
it is
I
that
think
it's
Isagi.
a linguistic thing.
Well, I think that
Essentially,
Isagi calls like Michael Kaiser because in Japan you call people by their last names.
Yeah.
Whereas
Yeah.
this is kind of just headcanon. But I think Kaiser calls Isagi Yoichi because he knows that in Japan you call
Yeah.
people by their last names and is calling him by his first name to disrespect him.
Yeah.
Or it could literally just be because
Sorry, yeah,
he's
but
European.
that's not cool. That's not fun. Also, it definitely, the way that he says it makes it sound like an insult. Let's be real. I mean, it's a manga, but the way he says it makes it sound like an insult.
Yeah, I actually do think he does it insultingly. And I do think Kaiser's clever enough to know that, last names,
To be fair,
refer to people by their last names when it comes to, Japan. But also, just in general, in football, a lot of the time you call people by their last name.
Yeah.
Like Ronaldo,
although, to be fair,
Messi.
talking about Michael being smart enough to know that, Kaiser is canonically a dumbass. So
Is he?
it's not true. Yeah, he's like he like never went to school.
Yeah, I know he never went to school, but guy reads psychology.
To quote
never
Kaiser, or like whatever, I don't know if it's a quote, but like what the comment is or whatever is that he never went to school, so he doesn't know anything about everything.
I would ask him what 2 + 2 is.
Okay.
Yeah, apparently, canonically, he is kind of like Isagi. They're both kind of idiots, like canonically. They're kind of just bad at school.
I mean,
like,
if he understands physics, I mean, how do you?
Yeah, he understands physics and like psychology and stuff, but he's like apparently he's just a moron, like in terms of like normal intelligence tests or whatever.
Okay. No, I
He
didn't
seems
know
like the kind of
that. I
guy that
didn't
would
know that.
score really high on an IQ test, but literally couldn't do like a
Like, how do you
fifth
got
grade math
metavision?
exam or whatever.
How do you got metavision and be analyzing shit but don't know 2+2?
Yeah.
But now I don't think like Kaiser would do bad on like an IQ test.
Yeah, I think he'd do
I
really
think
well in an IQ. Well, I think he'd probably just like fuck up
he'd
the
do
IQ
all right.
test. Like he'd do it, but he'd like know the correct answer. Like he'd know how the examiner wants him
Yeah,
to
and
answer.
and if he doesn't know a question, he just looks behind him and say, "Oh, Ness, what's question number 2?"
It's like, bro, Ness, help me out with this one.
Ness
The answer's
seems
5,
like
Kaiser.
just
Thanks, Ness.
Ness just literally seems like the geeky nerd.
Yeah.
Like he's the type of person that like when you like let's say let's put him in a classic teenage high school rom-com. You've got Kaiser at the popular kids table, and they're trying to talk about their like some weird question that the teacher brought up, and Kaiser's like, "Bruh, that question. When am I ever gonna need it in life?" And Ness just like comes up from behind him, like looking like an absolute creep, and just like whispers the right answer in his ear, and is like, "It's important."
Nah, bro. Kaiser is like the Regina George. If you sure.
No, but I'm gonna try understand.
He's like he's the mean girl of the school.
Yes.
I mean, wouldn't that be Ness though?
No. Ness is like
Ness-
the mean girl's nerdy friend who like is really into the mean girl but isn't mean herself.
Yeah.
She'll like
stalks
roast
her.
you. You know, Ness would like will roast you if you're kind of annoying to Kaiser or whatever. But he'd never like go out of his way to just like insult people for no reason.
Bro.
But Kaiser would just like walk around school like throwing insults out at literally everyone that he walks by.
Slur Kaiser.
I mean, no, hold up. In the FC Barcha game, Ness did come up to Isagi like, "Bro, you didn't do shit there."
Yeah, exactly. But
Came up
he
to him.
came up to Isagi because he was like, "You weren't simping for Kaiser, were you? What was that? You passed to someone else? What
Like
the fuck?"
Isagi literally called this man a sucker fish.
Bro, I love Barcha in that scene. Just being like, "Guys, don't fight. You're on the
Like,
same
bro,
team, bro."
just imagine hood reviews over that video. Like, bro, get that nigga the out your mouth.
Now, why do I really want to see a BLUELOCK teenage high school drama now?
Oh my
Bro,
god.
you have Isagi as like the exchange student or whatever. Coming into the school, the third year's a Kaiser son
I
and
don't want
Lorenzo.
to see
That's
it
so
because
fucked.
I feel like it would just be a load of BL content.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, it'll be like
And like,
the third years are like Kaiser, Sai, and Lorenzo, and the second years are like Barou and like Gagamaru and Raichi and
Ren
stuff.
Ren
And
is
then
the
it's
one.
just like Rin, Isagi, and Butcher are like the main trio.
like Barcha just seems like he would be the class clown, definitely.
Yeah.
I finished
And
school.
then Rin would be like the emo boy sitting in the back corner.
Rin would be the one who would like the window seat.
For real though, for real.
That's fair. That's fair. A lot of the stuff you learn at school is just like general stuff that you might or might not need. Like
Well,
most
from a
of the subject,
professional perspective, most of what you learn in
most of the
school is
subjects you go
not
through at
relevant.
school, right? A lot of it you won't have to use again.
Yeah.
Just you learn it in general because not only does it help you cognitively, but you may need it. Like they don't know what profession you're gonna go into, so a lot of the stuff you learn you probably won't ever use simply because you don't go
Bro,
into a profession
I
that requires you to use it.
I swear to God, bro, I had an exam today and like they gave us this question which they never taught me. I look at that paper for almost an hour.
Yeah.
Oh,
Funny thing is, a lot of like the the math stuff, like working out the area of the triangle and stuff like that. You're never gonna really use in your day to day life. It's just not gonna come up
like unless that's your
unless
job.
Yeah, unless you go into a profession that needs you to know it. But we all had to learn shapes and stuff like that. um,
I've,
oh,
I've
something. Yeah.
absolutely, I've absolutely cooked one of my headbands. I've got it tangled in a way that I can't even like physically describe. What the hell have I done?
What if Rin fumbles the Spain game? I want that so bad. Fumble as in what? Like messes up?
Yeah,
Like as in like Rin has a bad game?
yeah, pretty much.
Or Sai would be pissed.
Yeah,
Sai,
more spotlight for me.
yo, Sai would be so pissed.
Then it would be side like waking up Rin.
Yeah, no, no, he won't wake him up. Sai will be pissed with Rin.
Now I found out the best way to get Rin to like proper lock in. Like what you do when he's having his bad game is that
Mm.
you pop him on defense and you get Isagi, Sai, and Shido up front, and then you have Sai complement Isagi a bunch, then get really zesty with Shido, and Rin's just gonna crack, and then
And
you
he just
whack him
goes
up front,
straight back into
yeah,
destroy.
to let put him back up front to let out his anger on the poor unsuspecting defenders.
I'm not gonna lie to you, like Saya's never once gave into Shido's like zestiness.
Nah, Sai entertains it though. Low key, he entertains it.
He's secretly into it.
Yeah, he is. He is. Because remember, at the end, Shido said, "Listen, you effed up my chance to get a hat trick, so I'm counting it as a goal. Give me your number." He said, "Yeah, after I've showered."
Yeah, but that's just the number.
Yeah, but bro, what's Shido
I
gonna
got
do
half
with
of it.
Sai's number?
I don't know, bro.
He's gonna call him, bro, on the zesty thing.
Nah, bro, we don't wanna fuck. Like, what you want?
He's gonna call him on the zesty thing, bro.
I'm
Sai knows it.
sure I declined that call. I swear to you.
Yeah, he's literally just like, you only asked for the number. I never said I was going to answer any of your calls.
But it takes like, can I come over? I'm like, no.
Vincenzo says, I think he gave him his old number.
That's what I'm
probably
saying.
probably gave him his Japan number, but size all the way to Spain, so he's not using that number right now.
When anybody look at his other phone numbers and be like, he's like 600 missed calls.
Yeah, he's probably blocked him already. You know how size. Leon99 says a funny bit I just thought about is that the old monk from Rin's training will be hired uh by Ego to sit near the bench and slap the shit out of Rin if he gets too deep into destroyer mode.
I mean, the old man was. I think the old man slaps Rin every time. Just test
Yeah, but
Rin's
how
calm.
does he know that Rin's thinking about Sai or
I
Isagi?
don't think. I just came up with like a theory. I don't think he knows that Rin is thinking about what he's doing.
Mm.
I think he just slaps Rin every time to test Rin's calmness.
I did it.
Yeah? Oh, you untangled it.
Yep, I fixed the headband and peak. Good night. Love you too.
Right, so Sai overseas, he can't afford overseas minutes or whatever it's called. Yeah, exactly. He does. Yeah, he's giving him his Japan number for sure, so that Shido can't actually reach him. Sai's apartment looks kind of nice though, isn't it? Like he's got like a little
I must.
penthouse.
I don't think it's an apartment. I think it's a hotel.
Yeah,
Might
it's
still be in
nice though.
Japan.
It's nice though. It's
Yeah,
got like a nice view. You know.
yeah, I think he's still in Japan.
You reckon?
Well, why would he go back to Spain if the World Cup is about to happen?
Yeah. Is this World Cup is happening in Japan?
But if he's in Japan, why is he not home?
I don't think
Because
he
why would
needs
he
to be
want to go
home.
home?
He got money like that. Rin is at home, so
Sai doesn't give a shit if Rin is home.
They're
Well,
literally awkward. Like he about to walk past Rain like he doesn't exist.
But
it's
he
gonna
does
be
that
like
anyways.
That's
it's
just
gonna
piss
be
going
like
out more.
it's gonna be like Itoshi mum being like, "Sai, call Rin down for dinner." Ugh,
He about to be like, hey,
Rin,
he about to be like, hey,
Rin,
yo, bitch, come down here.
Itoshi mom's scared of Rin, to be fair.
I mean, true, yeah, no way.
demon child.
Demon child.
Woman was jumping off like jump. I don't know what he was jumping on. What's it called again? Playgrounds and like try to attack birds. I don't know. He was watching animals getting killed. So yeah, homie was watching an anime. Wasn't cheering for the protagonist, but was cheering for
Nah,
the
he wanted the
yeah
antagonist to win.
antagonist to win. So
Nothing like I've
If you
always
can choose
been.
one player in real life to be in Blue Lock without being copyrighted, what player would you choose?
wait, hold up. If you choose one player in real life to be in BLUELOCK, oh, in real,
Mm.
Jamie Vardy.
yeah, we're just gonna
Ayo
cut out
Saka. Put
Holland.
Saka in there, bro.
Holland.
Ooh, Haaland's a shout.
Nah,
Haaland. Shout.
Jamie Vardy for all the shouts.
Yeah.
It would be scenes.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
I'll be watching compilations of Holland just bullying defenders. Like, hello, like he's not he's the defender now. Like, hello,
The-
wait,
You know, because Leo says here, Rin wants to be the super villain. I always knew it. I think Rin just wants to be second best. I think that's all he
I
wants
think he
to be.
wants to have a brother that loves him.
I
He just
mean, the way his lights lit up when Sai noticed him. I mean,
he just wants to be second best. He just wants to be like he doesn't want to be first. He wants to be second best.
Don't worry, he'll be second best.
going out your way, hallucinating about your brother. Like, hello,
Bro,
Bless Rin.
schizophrenic Barcha.
I just don't see why it's so deep that Sai wanted to become a midfielder. I just don't get it.
Because he was a crap striker.
No. As in, I don't get why Rin took it so deep. Like why Rin was so upset that Sai didn't want to be the
and
best.
again, it was a dream they shared from they were kids. Rin's like what,
My
15?
bro, the dream was Sai would be the best striker in the world, and Rin would be the second best. What kind of dream
Yeah,
is that?
yeah, they were become the striker duo. Like Sai changed it. It was gonna be like Rin, you
Yeah, but
become the
think about
best
it.
striker. I become the best midfielder, and I support you. But Rin doesn't want
Think
that.
think about it. Rin is crashing out because he doesn't want to be first best. He wants to be second best.
Well,
Then,
some people's brains
That's
work
um,
like that.
crazy to me.
then
I
again, Rin could have forgotten about all of this. I don't know if he did, but
I legit don't like. When that flashback happened and Sai said I want to be the world's best midfielder. Like that should be music to Rin's ears.
Well,
It should be music to his ears because then that means he can be the first best. Plus, he's
well,
backed up by the best midfielder.
well, I'd say what Rin wants is to kind of be Sai's shadow.
I mean, then again,
Because,
Sai like noticed Rin's like true nature when he was a kid.
Sai knows Rin would make a better striker than him.
Yeah, but I'm saying if he's with Sai every time, his true potential can't be shown.
I
His
don't
true
know.
what it is that Sai was the one always kind of shoved in like the limelight. It was like Sayatoshi, this amazing Japanese prodigy, and his little brother Rin. And
See,
Rin must have like grown accustomed to this, and this was something he was fine with because he idolized Sai. He was
I
like
don't think that's
the super amazing big brother. Like he
yeah.
wants Sai to be that number one because like you never really imagine being better than your idols. Like they're your idols. You look up to them for a reason.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Isagi got different
And
plans
but
now.
so
the thing is, I literally don't think Rin even likes football like that. He started playing football because his brother was playing football, and he has a natural knack for it. just like his brother has a natural knack for it.
Yeah, true. And then after,
I don't think Rin actually loves football as much as Sai loves football. And I think
Yeah.
the only reason why Rin's carrying on, at first it was so that he can match up with his brother, he can catch up with his brother and beat and play on the same team. But now the only reason he's carrying on is so that he can punish his brother. Why? Because his brother doesn't want to be the best striker in the world no more, which for me makes no sense.
but then again, like, didn't he like awaken? Didn't he find like his true purpose when he awakened? He felt
No,
purpose of destroying others, and like he didn't really mention Sai that much.
yeah, yeah,
One,
yeah. Yeah.
the,
So
I'm
so
pretty
that's
sure
that's
it's just
Rin
your.
reverting back to his natural instinct. Like that's his natural propensity. Like he loves destroying things. Ever since he was a kid, he would destroy all these toys. That's just something Rin does naturally. So Rin, in fact, would probably be better in, I don't know, demolition than he would in football. But he's a footballer, so now he has to put the demolition side, the destroyer side of him into the football.
And that's why he always wants to kill people.
Yeah, but the only reason he plays football right now is to revenge his brother.
To
And before
revenge.
that, the only reason he was playing football was to gain the admiration of his brother. He never really played football because I love playing football. Like, he's never said he loves football. For him, football is a battlefield.
Mm,
Whereas Isagi, he loves football.
yeah. He would marry his first hat trick ball for real.
Yeah. Isagi just loves football in general.
Then again, we don't even know how long he have been playing for.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Oh my god,
I
my
can see
she.
Shido being a relatively new person to football.
Oh my god, I remember my Shido backstory theory.
What was
That
it?
that you you were the one I told.
Yeah, but I forget things easy. What? But
Um,
as soon as you tell me a snippet, I'll probably remember.
oh my god. Well, basically, what it was is that Shido came from overseas.
Oh,
That's where he got his
yeah. See, I
hand from.
remember now already.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely crazy. I want that to be his backstory.
Yeah, imagine he's just a basketball player.
Yo, he ain't tall enough for that, man. He needs to be
I mean, he's
Gaga
quick enough
Baru
to like
size.
dribble. He's quick enough. You don't need to be tall.
He needs to be Ryu size.
I mean, y'all got Koroko no basket. Koroko just passes the ball.
Yeah, Kuriko didn't make it pro though, did he?
The story kind of leaves it ambiguous.
I
Yeah,
mean,
Like the
I'm pretty sure it was
ending.
only Tiger and Almina that made it pro. Out of the whole group, I'm pretty sure.
Technically, nobody like made it pro. But like we don't see them make it pro because the series ends at Kagami's departure to America. It never shows him like succeeding or what he does there. The
Mm,
series just ends.
yeah.
bro, I cried at the ending. I can't lie.
uh anyways, guys, I think I'll wrap it up here today. We'll get an early night.
Yeah.
We'll
The
get an
W
early night.
Gotta
And
remember to. Oh yeah,
imagine
gotta.
saying early night and it's 1 a.m. already.
Nah, it's 7 o'clock just for me today.
Yeah, for you it's calm. For us it's 1 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, that's
Bro.
casual. 1 a.m.'s casual.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll wrap it up there today. It was a great chapter.
Yeah.
Wait, just before you guys go, who wants Kira back?
I wouldn't mind it. I can see the writing behind it. Like, there's definitely like it would do well for story consistency, foreshadowing, and ideological portrait.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
can
Le-
understand why people don't want it as well.
Leo99, tell us where you're from, or where you are right now.
Well, if it's 2 a.m.
France,
and
maybe.
judging by the time zones, he's most
Somewhere in
likely
Malaysia. I don't know.
3 a.m.
Malaysia, I'm the same Malaysia.
Now, if it's 2 a.m., he's only 1 hour ahead of us. Based on time zones, that put him around like kind of Central Europe,
France, Spain,
latitudinally.
Germany.
No, that's like West. Like Germany, that would be fine. Somewhere like Germanic, maybe Italy. There we go, Germany.
Then again, bro, it was a W for
Germany.
Called it.
it's from Germany for real.
Yeah, nice,
Yeah.
nice, nice.
Yo, give me Kaiser's autograph.
Yeah, man. Yeah, mad. But
Uh,
yeah, Leo, what are you saying? You want Kira back or no?
I want to care about because
You do or you don't? Yeah, yeah. You do want him or you don't want
I mean, if he comes back, it's not really a problem.
him. See, funny thing is, right? I actually really want him back. I really do. And that's because I think once he's back, the dynamic between him and Isagi, oh my days, the tension. You'll probably be able to cut it with a knife. It'll
You
be
can cut a lot of things with a knife.
bro. Well, yeah. I mean, cut the tension though. The tension, because tension is intangible, isn't it? You probably be able to cut it with a knife. And I just want to see Kira just. I want to see him crash out, ball out, because I actually think that Kira might have been the second best after Rin if he had actually survived that dormitory test.
Well, the thing is that he's considered the jewel of Japan.
Mm.
Like, that's a narrative that puts him higher than Rin, who was not.
Yeah, but I just can't see what he could have above Rin.
I think he has good, like, player perception. Like, he's got a good eye for people.
Yeah,
Like, he was able to tell Isagi's, like,
he's a
kind
good
of,
player.
like, latent or more dormant intellectual abilities.
Hmm.
Because if you think about it, from what we see in the series, Isagi pulls off a dribble, which
Yes.
is which is a good dribbling feat,
Hmm.
but he decides to pass when one on one with the keeper, which could imply actually poor intelligence and decision making.
No, no.
So
I think. Listen, let's be honest, right? Passing in that situation was probably the best option if you don't back yourself to score. Obviously, if you are egoist, if you back yourself as a striker, take the shot, right? But passing there was the higher percentage chance of scoring. The only issue now is the person he passed it to was a bum. That was the only issue because passing it opened up the goal basically, but the person he passed it was a bum. Who passed it to was a bum.
I think if Isagi shot there, he would have scored, and the reason
Yeah,
being
yeah, I do as well.
is I actually have like tangible evidence for this, and that is due to the situation that Ego gives to the Blue Lockers during kind of that first like meeting at the JFU building, and that of the situation that Ego describes is identical to Isagi's situation in their national game. So what I'm thinking is that Ego purposely set up that situation to target Isagi's latent ego,
Mm.
while also the story implying that if Isagi had taken the shot, he would have scored. Don't you think
I think Isagi would have scored. Sure.
Ego's description of that World Cup final situation was exactly like Isagi's?
Yeah, 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 for
So
sure.
I think that was literally Ego trying to manipulate Isagi's inner ego.
Oh, you think Ego did it on purpose?
Yeah, I think he set that up as a purpose story to stimulate Isagi. Like,
Okay.
kind of neuron activation moment. I think that was on purpose by Ego due to how precise that description
Yeah,
was to Isagi's situation.
yeah,
And
yeah.
we
No, okay.
literally see it in full swing.
Yeah, I didn't think it was on purpose, but I get that still. I get that.
Like, literally, Ego glazes how only an insane egoist could take that shot. Kind of like saying, if you follow my ideology, my view, that ego is what builds the greatest striker, you would have scored that goal.
Yeah,
Directly referencing Isagi's situation to manipulate his dormant ego and awaken him in that moment, like what we see when he gets his like blue aura eyes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think he purposely used Isagi's situation in that game to manipulate him into,
Yeah. That's fair. That's
kind of
fair.
neural activation.
That's fair. Um,
Absolute
take these
cinema.
these last two here, and then we'll be out. Vincenzo says who you use more, Chat GPT or
GPT
DeepSeek?
or DeepSeek.
Neither. I hate AI.
I'm too old for AI, guys. Like, yeah,
I
that
can literally ask AI for a question. It doesn't even give me the right definition. So
yeah,
no,
that stuff's not my age group. Like,
Yeah.
I don't use AI, bro.
But yeah,
yeah.
I hate
I
AI.
hate it. I literally see anime studios talking about they're gonna use it, and it just annoys me.
Like I understand its like benefits, but the disadvantages of having AI, like it completely ruins any intellectual
Yo,
development
Yeah,
for
Sting says
children.
I'm sad that we didn't get a Tada
yeah,
appearance.
it does. It ruins it.
Like think about it. Like
Yo, Sting,
Raito,
who the hell?
you'll
Who the hell
find
is Tada
this
again?
situation really relatable. But when
Sting, who
you
the
were
hell is
in
Tada?
school,
You'll have to
you had
explain.
to
To me. I
like
forgot who that is.
ask people and work around the answer through just natural like critical thinking and
Hmm.
cooperation. That's how you would get answers you were stuck on.
Hmm.
Whereas people in like my generation and below can
Yeah,
just type it onto Google without even bothering
Yeah,
to,
they don't have
you
to
know,
think for themselves.
they don't have to think. They never condition critical thinking
Yeah.
like
when
bro, I'm
they,
literally like literally sitting in class. I feel like there is so many iPhone users in my class. Like I literally look around, they're all using Chat GPT. I'm like, how does that benefit you?
Yeah, I don't get it.
yeah, I, I literally think like like the average human for the next generation is going to be progressively dumber
Yeah,
over
I
the reliance on it. Like, I don't think we'll be stupid because we've still got, like, particularly in the West, we've got a reasonably stable education system.
Mhm.
With we're getting more like developed and tertiary sector jobs. I just think when it comes to like critical thinking and being independent, I think that is gonna take a big hit in terms of what the average populace is capable of over the next few decades. And it's going
I'm
to stem from AI giving us all the answers.
what's
Yeah,
good? Ooh, and AI generated images, bro. Oh no, because
AI, gen- AI generated voices as well.
I already see artists is like who draws start doing that now.
Like,
I just stopped.
like literally, one thing I hate is also
The match up
like
again.
the fact that it also affects like law enforcement. You can fabricate
In this
like
game, so
eventually you'll be able to fabricate like AI recordings and voice messages.
wait, what the
hmm,
hell did you said? I just thought. What if
yeah,
he
for sure.
at some point plays for Barcha the match up again? What plays for Barcha? But how would you say he plays with Rin?
No, as in plays against him like in a league
Oh,
game.
well, isn't just him, Barcha, him, Bunny, and Lavi?
Maybe Bachira.
True, maybe Barcha.
Imagine like 4-4-2-4 with a front four of Lavinio, Bunny, Butcher, and Isagi.
I mean, that wouldn't be bad. Not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, that would be alright to be fair.
It's like he would be the one like setting up creative passes with his vision and how he
Nah, nah,
plays.
Isagi is the finisher.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying for certain plays, like how Lavi was doing
Oh,
with
you mean
Bunny.
like orchestrating? Yeah, you could orchestrate.
I'd say you'd more so have like Butcher and Lavinio as the creative outlets,
Yeah,
whereas you've got Bunny and Isagi for goal scoring.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like,
true.
like
Bunny
you've
and
got
it's like
Isagi for the
strikers.
off the ball movement and outmaneuvering the defenders to get into open space for direct shots. And you've got Bunny, who, based on his goal in the Copa del Rey, looks like he's going to be more of a physical force, where he's going to get like into the defenders and just outmuscle them for like aerial goals and
I mean, no one can.
just absolutely
If he,
beast.
I don't know how high he can jump, but he can jump really high. I don't think anyone can really match him.
They said he can jump high. But
And he's also called Bunny.
yeah, Lux says, "Yo, I'm back. What we talking about formations? Lux, we're about to wrap up right now, but we was actually just talking about Isagi, going to
Yeah, and
Barcha, playing for
we
Barcha,
got
and
got
facing off
distracted
against.
by AI a bit as well.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
just wish you could stream like on
we
other
also
days.
we also talked about a little bit about AI, Chat GPT, and then man's there. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm
Oh,
gonna
I
wrap
had a
it up.
neuron activation moment right at the end. How sad.
I'm gonna wrap it up here. Get an early night for Dedu and I. I don't know if Dedu is gonna go to sleep, but I am. Um,
Maybe.
I'm staying up. I don't
probably.
got any exams tomorrow, so I'm chill.
Yeah, you do your thing. Good luck with your exams, actually.
It's my
Uh,
final week, then summer finally.
yeah, hopefully it all goes well, man.
Mine
It all goes.
ended last week.
Bro, I'm about to beat the shit out of you, Diddle.
Probably. Considering I was like incredibly ill throughout the entirety of the exam season. Like you'd even hear it on some of the previous
Yeah,
locker rooms. I was like dying the
Homie
entire
was
time.
coughing for
guy
minutes.
had to mute because he was coughing so
Bro,
much.
Literally, that was me in the middle of the exam hall every day.
But yeah, guys, we're gonna wrap it here.
Right.
Make sure, guys, you check out Dedu. You check out um um everyone that's been on the stream. You check out
What are our like channels in the description or
no,
something?
yeah. The channels are in the description, but check out Leo. Check out Dedu. Who else was on here? It was
it was Nickum, OP,
yeah.
it
So
was
just
Raggy, but Raggy doesn't have a channel. Raggy does Discord.
yeah, just check out everyone. If they've got anything to offer, just check them out. Oh my days, Suki, boy. I'm
Why
literally
is it
about to
echoing?
wrap
Oh
up.
my days.
You are so late.
Suki. Look at the time Suki shows. I'm literally about to wrap up.
You're
Bro,
right. It's
Yeah.
been lonely without Nike. You know, he left McDonald's.
Ah,
Buratsuta took him from us.
Nagi's got a proper job.
Yeah.
He's back to playing foot. Yeah.
Yes. Suki here for a last minute cameo.
All right, cool.
Yes,
Okay,
of course.
Suki, give us your
Mhm.
thoughts on the chapter, and then we wrap up properly.
1,000 out of 10. My goat was there. He told us that he was gonna kick Bunny's bums. Yeah, we're
Hey,
going bunny hunting.
Suki, this means we got a prediction right, you know, for
Guy's
new.
gonna destroy Bunny, but I want it to be more of Sai wanting revenge against all of Spain,
Yeah,
Why
not
all of
just Bunny.
Spain?
He's
What
coming
beef
for
does
what
he
we
all
have
of
against?
Spain, bro.
Why does he have beef against all of Spain? Like, what did they get his
The
passport?
country would have done some terrible stuff to
because they
him.
didn't let him play.
They would have been racist to him. They would have profiled him badly because he's Japanese. They would have treated
Mm.
him like crap. So he needs to get revenge racist the whole
I
country.
mean, again, we don't even
Sai
know.
is a one-man army. If anyone could take on a country, it's him.
Homie says one man army against with what army does he have?
Sai is the
Literally, you and
army.
what army?
So who are your guesses for Baratsuta free? The third guy.
I have a goalkeeper, Sai Itoshi. I
Why a
don't want to say
goalkeeper? We don't need a
Nagi,
goalkeeper, man.
but
And a goalkeeper's not gonna prove.
Homie said a third goalkeeper would help.
A goalkeeper's not gonna disprove Ego's philosophy.
That's what I'm saying.
Imagine if
then
literally.
Kira has to be there because Kira hates fucking Ego, bro.
Yeah, I reckon Kira's the like it has to be Kira just because Kira we know
Yeah.
vehemently disagrees with the Blue Lock philosophy.
And then Nagi, I think he's gonna get like really desperate because he has to be the final villain. So him doing this makes him like a great, not
Bro.
villain, but like
I know villain.
Now,
not
really,
final
imagine
villain, but
that.
like to make him to get heat on him. You know what I'm saying? Like the Uchiha Sasuke's, the type of stuff they always have to be put in these drastic things.
Okay.
What's
But
your
I mean,
theory, Lux?
Nagi said he doesn't want to betray BLUELOCK, so
Nah, imagine literally,
People can
Nagi
get
does
desperate, you
not.
know.
I mean, say
Imagine Nagi
desperate, but
doesn't
he
cave
already
to
declined the
Buratsuta,
offer.
and the Buratsuta 3
I read the
is
manga.
Sai, Kira, and Nishioka.
People
Oh,
change their
she
fucking
okay.
minds.
Nah, I actually have logic behind this, surprisingly. Somehow, by a miracle. Ready? So Nishioka goes from Aomori's Messi to an absolute dud when he goes to BLUELOCK. He sees his kind of fall from grace being as a result of ego and the project essentially ruining his career. And he sees, because obviously, if you think about being called Aomori's Messi, he's basically say, hey, I'm a cash grab. And Baratsu's going to see that and he's going to be like, literally, dude has Messi in his name. And I know Messi gets a lot of money and stuff. He gets cool trophies that are money. So, money, 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 Mr. Krabs moment. And he goes up to Nishioka and, like, kidnaps him. Like, I'm going to make you the proper Messi. And,
Whoa.
you know, I don't know who Messi is, but he gets like lots of money and stuff.
I'm dead.
I get money too, and he's gonna have, and then Barcha's gonna be kidnapped by Jigsaw, and his challenge is gonna be to not say money in a single sentence, and then Barcha's gonna fail Jigsaw's trap, and then he's gonna die by getting his eyes gouged out.
That is crazy.
Brother, I'm eating here.
That is crazy.
Sorry, but that's how it's gonna go down.
That's crazy. But yeah,
Trust
we got
I have inside knowledge.
okay. So Lux said about having Buratsuta training camp in episode of Nagi or Nishioka, and then bonding over locking off at BLUELOCK.
I don't
Well,
even think.
episode Nagi ends next week, so there's not really enough
No, I
time
don't.
to have a
No, it's
full.
not next week. It's way in August. That chapter releases way in August.
No,
It's
it's
gonna be a
Yeah,
July
long one.
but
8th.
No,
there's like
it's gonna be
The
a
there's like
volume
long
releases
chapter
on
as well.
August 12th. The final chapter is on July 8th. They always release the volume like a month after all this stuff.
You're about to
Ah.
finish how many 70
It's gonna
something
be a
chapters
long
in
one as
like
well.
'Cause
4 weeks?
you know that after they release the chapter, the mangaka still makes changes to the volume.
Yeah, that's true.
All right then. I'll see y'all in July 8th then.
All right, see y'all.
All right, cool guys.
yeah.
Yeah, go flip them burgers, bro. Don't come
We're
back.
going to wrap him up. We're gonna wrap it up here. Thanks guys for joining us. If you haven't already, like the stream. If you're not subscribed, sub up. I released a video yesterday, I believe. I released a video yesterday, going through the BLUELOCK players valuation. NEL evaluations from the first round and the kits of the teams that gave them the valuation. So yeah, check that out. I know Lux, you seen it. So if you ain't seen it, check it out. But yeah, guys, thanks for joining us, and please take care and God bless.
Yeah. See ya.